Hello. Happy New Year, everyone. We are here now. It's the start of 2025, and we're starting a brand new game. And that game is none other than Visual Arts. Wait, no. Key? No? Okay. Luca System? No, that's not the name. That's right. It's called Kanon. We're starting with the visual novel, folks. The music sounds a bit low to me. Let's see. No, not system, mouse, keyboard, voice, sound, master volume. Is that good? Is that good? Well, I'm sure I'll have people here soon, and, you know, they'll let us know. Everyone will let us know if the music's too loud, or too not loud. I might lower the voices. I don't want them talking over me. Alright, guys, but yep, this is a visual novel, and it became an anime, and I watch this anime every single winter time, because I think this is the ideal winter, you know, anime. And I love it. And I've always wanted to play the visual novel, and I thought, why not stream it? It's winter now. Let's do it. Load, options, manual, exit. We got the gallery and the music. I can't wait to unlock more musics. So, what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna play normally. Just choose whatever choices I feel like. And then after that, I'll probably, use a guide to go through the right, like, answers and stuff. So that's what's gonna happen, guys. Does that sound good? Does that sound awesome and good and stuff? I hope it sounds good. Alright, let us now start. It's snowing. Pure white snow is falling from the heavenly clouded sky. A damp wooden bench stands solemnly in the cold but clear air. I stand up from the bench and straighten myself yet again. Though its roof is covered in snow, people can still be seen here and there around the station's entrance. I sigh after a glance at the clock installed in the plaza reveals that it is 3 o'clock. Although it is still in the middle of the day, the sun is hidden behind the dense cover of clouds above. You're late. I utter the words as I lean back in my seat and look up at the sky. My vision is momentarily blinded by a white haze before it's suddenly swept away by the north wind. The winter wind pierces my body, and the snow continues to fall. It feels like the density of the falling snow is increasing. I look up at the sky again and sigh. Something slowly begins to obstruct my view. Hello. A girl looks into my face as she's trying to hide the clouds. You're covered in snow. I let out a white breath as I mutter. I've been waiting for 2 hours already. The snow keeps piling up. Huh? The girl tilts her head curiously at my words. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Oh wow, I had no idea. In spite of her words, she doesn't seem the least bit surprised. She has a lingering tone and slow gestures, and I was so sure it was still only 2. If it was 2, she'd still be an hour late. Can I ask you something? Sure. Aren't you cold? I am. The novelty of the snow is wearing off. You can have this. She holds out a can of coffee to me. This is to apologize for being late. And to celebrate our reunion. Only 1 can of coffee to celebrate our first meeting in 7 years. Oh, this music's so great, by the way. I don't know if you all can hear it well, but it's good. Accepting the can, I look up at the girl's face again. The can of coffee is almost too hot to be held with my bare hands, and yet the warmth feels good on my numb fingers. Tips. 7 years. Time really flies, huh? It sure does. I roll the warm can between my hands. As I do, I remember the snowy scenery of my childhood, memories that I thought had been long forgotten. Do you still remember my name? Do you remember mine? Yes. In the snow. In a city covered in snow. As if to fill those 7 years with a single breath. Yuichi? Hanako. No! Jiro? I'm a girl. I furrow my brow in confusion. Each word fills in the blanks of my memory like snow covering the ground. Wow. The snow falling over the girl's shoulders is becoming denser and denser. Enough already. I'm not sure how much more of this weather I can take. My name is... Shall we get going? My name... This town for the first time in 7 years. Covered in snow for the first time in 7 years. Let's go, Nayuki. My new life flows forward, slowly, fully exposed to the winter winds. Hey, Sammy. You're the first one here. First one here of the new year. How you doing today? What's up? Happy New Year's to you, my friend. Welcome to Kanon. Ah! Right. I am good. I'm playing Kanon finally. And my stream's about to be copyright claimed. It's gonna be awesome. How's the volume, Sammy? Is it good? Is the music good? Can you hear it? You can't hear it? Is it too loud? Let me know, alright? Let me know, if you can hear me and the music good. No. Use a full sentence, my friend. Perfect. Awesome! Enjoy the song, by the way. This is gonna be a good playthrough, guys. I'm excited. There'll be monster killing. Oh, these sights are so familiar. It's snowing! It's not snowing in real life, by the way. It's actually kind of rainy in real life at the moment, but whatever. I'll try and keep the winter snow in this game. Kanon! January 7th, Thursday. Have you ever heard of this game before, Sammy? Have you ever heard of it? It's good. A dream. I'm dreaming. A dream I dream every day. An endless dream. Red snow. Ugh. Flowing sunset. Oh, that's why. A world stained red. Someone's crying voice. A child's crying voice. The crying voice of a little child that's loud enough to echo across the... Okay. I can't do anything except stare at the crying child whose face is reddened by... I wish I can at least wipe his tears away. But I can't move. You're good, Sammy. The tears roll down his cheeks into the snow where they get absorbed. I can only keep staring. I'm frustrated. Pissed even. Sad. Everything's alright. So please don't cry. I'm not able to speak. Alrighty, Sammy. My voice doesn't reach him. Enjoy, Target. It's a promise. Who said those words? The dream is being taken over by another color. Yes, it's a promise. Pinky promise. Bang! I hear what sounds like a door slamming in the distance. Thump thump. The cold air is then shaken by footsteps that sound like they're running down the wooden hallway. The footsteps sound like they're approaching the once quiet room. I wrap myself groggily in my futon, feeling as if this is all just the continuation of a dream. It's still winter vacation, so I should have more time to sleep. I unconsciously came to the conclusion and immediately put that idea into practice. I close my eyes and fall asleep again. Thump thump. Sounds a sound asleep. Thump thump. And then... I'm still in my pajamas. I can hear a girl's voice through the wall. Oh, I'm seriously running out of time. Despite the urgency of her words, her voice doesn't sound all that strained. Bang. The door slams shut again. The earlier silence soon returns to the room, and I'm still very sleepy. I pull the blanket over my head and curl up into it. Keep sleeping, wake up. The first choice, guys. The first choice of the visual novel. Dun 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 dun. I think it's time to wake up a bit. I slowly begin to wake up. I might be able to wake up at this rate. I reach out from under the blanket and try to pull the alarm clock closer to me. However, there's nothing to be found in the place where I usually put my alarm clock. Then I poke my head out of the blanket and try to check the time on the clock on the wall. And here we are, our room. However, there is no clock on the wall. In fact, there's no clock in the room at all. A deserted room and empty furniture. What is this place? While rubbing my heavy eyelids, I try to shake my head out of the daze it's in. A cold, clear air fills the quiet room, an unfamiliar room and bookshelf, and a girl's voice audible in the distance. Right. The memories came back vividly as soon as my consciousness returns. Without thinking, I threw the curtains open. Whoosh! A bright white light immediately accosts my retinas. I can feel the gentle morning sunlight penetrate my eyelids even after closing my eyes. No wonder it's cold. The words come out automatically. I can see a blanket of snow outside the square window. Everything that comes into view from the top of the garden tree to the roof across from me and beyond is completely covered in white. The words I utter are dyed white, blocking my vision like a mist. I said goodbye to the city I was used to living in, my parents and my friends, and came to this city all alone, though it might be more accurate to say that I returned instead of came. Until 7 years ago, I had been all too familiar with this dyed white scenery. Snow, and a reunion with a girl, my cousin, for the first time in 7 years. The memories hiding in the corner of my mind and the appearance of the girl herself. The fact that the memories in my mind aren't all that clear makes me feel kind of strange. Still, I can't help but feel a little confused by the appearance of my cousin, who is the same age as me. Anyway, I need to do something about my luggage today. My life at my new school starts tomorrow. I take out the clothes I'm going to wear for the day from among the bare essentials I had packed in my bag. My remaining clothes and personal belongings will arrive by mail. I sent them yesterday, so they're likely to arrive sometime this morning. I quickly change my clothes and leave my new room, thinking that the first thing I'm going to need is a heater. I'll say. Bang! The door to the next room opens at almost the exact moment I enter the hallway. And I was shot. I am dead. Game over. Mom! I can't find my uniform! The girl who peeks her face out has a tone of distress in her voice. I'm gonna menu real quick. Oh, I should save, by the way. Yeah, save game. Load options title. Let me lower the voice a little bit. I don't want it speaking over me. I know how nice of me, lowering the voices, the important voices. Alright, hello. There's no time, no time! What am I going to do? Just then, our eyes meet. Ah! Morning, Yuichi! She greets me with a smile as if something she'd always done. It's such a matter of fact reaction that I'm almost at a loss for words. No, Yuichi, you need to greet me properly in the morning. Morning. Although I'm a little confused, I return the greeting as requested. Okay then, good morning. My cousin Nayuki hasn't changed one bit in the 7 years since we last met. Even if she does look different than I remembered. It's so early. You're off today, so you could have slept in. Well, if that's how you feel, you could try to keep it down a bit. Oh, that'd be tough. Then don't worry about it if it's gonna be that much of a problem for you. Ah! She claps her hands as if she suddenly remembers something. I just realized I don't have time for my uniform. True to her word, Nayuki is still dressed in her pajamas. In her weird kitty pajamas. Telling me won't help. Yes, I know, but... While I'm not sure what's going on, it's obvious that she's running out of time. Yuichi, do you have any idea where my uniform is? How would I possibly know that? Halfway through saying that, I suddenly remember something. By uniform, do you mean the strange clothes you were wearing yesterday? There's nothing strange about them. Wasn't Akiko doing the laundry? I'm pretty sure she was. Ah! Seeming to have remembered herself, Nayuki turns around and runs down the stairs. A little later, clatter, clatter, clatter. I found it! She runs up the stairs, clutching her uniform which is still on the hanger. But it's still a little damp. Well, yeah, no surprise there. What am I going to do? It'll be dry before you know it if you put it under the heated table. But it'll get wrinkled if I do that. Just like using hair dryers on shoes, this is just another piece of winter wisdom. Winter wisdom that I could do without. Well, wearing it will dry it out in no time as well. Yes, I know it will, but still. After thinking about it for a while, she appears to make up her mind as she disappears into her room. But aren't we still on winter vacation? Yes, but I have club activities. The answer to my question comes from the other side of the door. I'm the head of the club. Come to think of it, she had already told me that. That was the same answer she gave me when I asked why she came to the station in uniform the day before. It was the first time I'd spoken to Nayuki in 7 years, a girl whose face and voice I didn't know at all. However, as we exchanged words, I became convinced that this unknown girl was definitely the same cousin I'd played with in the years past. Half a day later, before we know it, the tension between us starts to disappear. Wonder if that means things between us are getting back to the way they were before. That being said, I can't recall a single instance in which Nayuki appeared nervous since we were reunited. It's really cold! A miserable voice can be heard from inside the room. It's sticking to my skin. Just be patient. I mean, even the hallway is cold. It occurs to me that there is no reason for me to stick around while she changes, but for some reason I find it hard to leave. Well, it's not like I'm in a hurry or anything, so I suppose it doesn't matter. I lean against the wall to the hallway with my back to a door plate that says Nayuki's room. Sorry to keep you waiting. The door opens and Nayuki appears in her uniform. I know you said that you don't have time, but does that mean you're in a hurry? Yes, it sure does. Her tone is relaxed despite the urgency of her words. I follow her down the stairs. Can you still get there on time? I don't know how long it takes to get to school from here, nor do I know what time her club activity starts. I can if I run as fast as I can. She definitely appears to be in a bind. Hey, Nayuki. Nayuki, who is sitting at the entrance and putting on her shoes, turns her gaze towards me. What time does your club activity end today? Today is the last day of club activity for the winter break, so I think I'll be back just after midday. She answers after thinking it over a bit. By the way, Nayuki is apparently on the track and field team, but to be honest, she doesn't really look the type. When I mention that to Nayuki, she laughs and says that she gets that all the time. Then, could you give me a bit of your time when you get back? Sure, no problem. She smiles and nods without asking what I want. This is one way in which hasn't changed in the least. In that case, could you show me around town? Help me put my room in order. I can do this myself. Show me around the town, please. I want to explore this winter town the best way I can in a visual novel, at least. Would you mind showing me around the town after you get back? I used to know my way around to some extent, but I have long since forgotten. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have waited on the beach as long as I did on the bench. With the new semester a day away, I want to at least memorize the route to school. Not at all. As long as you're okay with me showing you around, that is. Sorry to trouble you. It's no trouble at all. I mean, you are going to be living here after all. For a long, long time. I really can't say how long I'll be living here, but it's safe to say that I'll be here until I graduate at the very least. Yeah, makes sense. The girl nods, looking both happy and sad at the same time. A voice from behind stops me in my tracks at the entrance. Are you still here, Nayuki? The door to the living room opens and Akiko peeks into the room. My mother's sister. In other words, she's my aunt, Nayuki's mom, and the owner of this place. Until a day ago, Nayuki and she lived here, just the two of them. When I was looking for a place to stay, Akiko was the first to accept my sudden offer with 2 replies. Are you sure you can still make it to school on time? If I can run the 100-meter dash in 7 seconds, I can make it on time. That'd be a new world record. Good luck. Thanks. I don't think luck is gonna cut it. Good morning, Yuichi. This is no longer a conversation. Nayuki's mother is the type who likes to do things at her own pace. Good morning. How long have you been up, Yuichi? I just got up, actually. Would you like some breakfast? I'd love some. What about my breakfast? You should have woken up earlier. Good point. But I'm starving. You'll be home just after midday, right? In that case, we'll have a lunch a little later. So let's eat together as a family. Okay. But anyway, are you still good for time? I'm not good at all. She appears to have already given up on making it there on time. Guess I'll be going then. The door opens to a floor of pure white snow with no footprints on it. The coldness of the wind blowing in is different than that of inside. Be careful, okay? Will do. After watching Nayuki leave, Akiko murmurs to herself, I really wish you would have gotten up sooner. Is Nayuki not a morning person? Life is gonna get a whole lot harder for you starting tomorrow. Is she answering my question or talking to herself? After saying that, Akiko disappears into the living room. I finish the slightly late breakfast as she prepares for me and find myself with nothing to do. Oh, this music's so good. I'm gonna be gushing over the music a couple of times, guys. Just saying. I try to at least do the dishes, but Akiko isn't having it. In the end, I'm left with no choice but to sit on the sofa in the living room and watch some show I'd never seen before. There are so few channels. Hey, Minim! Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Minim, how's the music of the game? Can you hear it good? Can you hear it goodly, or is it too loud? I don't recognize the weather forecast maps, and there are snowflake marks all over. God, the highest temperature is still below freezing. I'm suddenly reminded that this place is very different from the place I lived in until yesterday. I wonder how long I'll be living here. The reason I decided to stay in this house is simple. You can hear it. Can you hear it good, though? Like, is it too loud, or can you hear me good? Let me know as soon as you can, alright? Due to my parents' work, I was forced to move suddenly, and my request to live alone was denied. Basically, what I'm saying is that I chose to live in my own country instead of living overseas. Time passes slowly in a silence where even the sound of the ticking clock can be heard, and I begin to resent being born into a family with so few relatives. Well, I'm home! I eventually hear Nayuki's voice from at the front door. It is good. Nice. Have you ever heard of this game before, Minim? Kanon, it's called. It's a visual novel. It's followed by the sound of the shoe cabinet opening and closing. I'm home, Yuichi! When Nayuki opens the door to the living room and comes in, I raise one hand in response. It's kinda uplifting. Oh, it's good. I watch the anime version of this visual novel every single winter. And now I'm playing it for you guys, so... Yay! I'll help you with lunch, Mom. She puts down her bag and disappears into the kitchen. Never heard of it? Oh, well you will now. Ha ha ha. Ha. She puts down her bag and disappears into the kitchen. I'll help too. Can you cook, Yuichi? I once poured sauce into a cup of instant noodles without draining any of the hot water. So, what's my job? Arranging the plates. Got it. Several minutes later, in front of the table where the plates had been set, I sit alone watching Nayuki and Akiko working from behind. You will now. I hope you enjoy. Let's make this year a good one, by the way, Minim. What do you say, eh? 2025 is here, so let's make it an awesome year. As expected, my offer to help with anything else is rejected, and in the end, all I can do is stare at the empty plates until the food is served. Phew! I couldn't eat another bite if I tried. It's been a long time since I've eaten homemade food. All my recent meals have been instant. I'm so full. I probably shouldn't have gone as crazy as I did. I lay down in bed in my bleak room. Akiko was apparently the one who arranged for me to have my bed and bookshelf. That's because you're part of the family now. I told her she really didn't have to do all that for me, but Akiko simply responded to me with a gentle smile. A city where everything is different. I wonder if the day will come when living in this city will feel normal. As I stare at the white ceiling and think about things, my consciousness gradually begins to blur. Yawn. I missed out on sleep this morning because of Nayuki. I think I might be able to fall asleep in spite of feeling a little cold. Sweet dreams. Alright, good night. Zzz. Yuichi? Yuichi? What is it? Feeling as if someone is calling my name, I get up from the bed. Thud. Yeah. I feel a sudden weight come down on my body. Gah. I flap my limbs and struggle as hard as I can. When I jumped up, a girl with a surprised expression on her face is sitting right in front of me. Were you the one on top of me just now? I sure was. She nods innocently. Were you surprised? Of course I was. I didn't think you'd be all that surprised, so I was surprised too. I think it's normal to be surprised if somebody suddenly lands on top of you. It wasn't all that sudden though. She gets out of the bed and dusts off her clothes. Yuichi, I tried to wake you up, but you don't wake easily. I was trying to get up when you jumped me all of a sudden. Yep. She nods, but I have my doubts whether she actually understands me or not. You know, I usually don't wake up on the wrong side of the bed. You don't believe me, do you? No, it's not that. I just envy you is all. I'm not a morning person at all. She lowers her gaze as she mutters the words. There is no doubt in my mind that she isn't a morning person. Anyway, what is it you want? She wouldn't accost a sleeping person like that without a reason. It's not what I want. You told me you wanted me to show you around town. You didn't forget, did you? Okay, let's get going, Nayuki. You don't seem all that excited. Don't read into it. Your tone is so monotone. Let's just go already, okay? You're skirting the issue. Shaking off Nayuki's displeasure, I put on my coat and head into the hallway. Oh hey! Akiko appears from her room as soon as I get to the first floor. What are you two up to? Nayuki is going to show me around town a bit. Yeah, we're just going for a stroll. Well, I guess that does pretty much sum it up. Be careful out there. After that, she continues speaking as if she just remembered something. That reminds me, could you stop at the shopping district while you're at it? Sure, I don't mind. I don't mind either. It's not like we have a particular destination in mind or anything. Thank you. In that case, could you buy everything on this list? She takes out a small piece of paper from her skirt pocket and hands it to Nayuki. Thanks in advance. Smiling, Akiko sees us off at the entrance. I'm done with this walk. Do you like snowy... Do Do you like snowmanim? Because you're about to see a lot of snow in this visual novel. This is why I call this the best winter anime out there. But we haven't even taken 2 steps yet. It's too cold for this, so I'm going home. We haven't even left our home yet. It's just so incredibly cold. The raging wind is cold and seems to weave through the gaps between the rows of houses. I mean, it's winter. Of course it's cold. I know it's normal for it to be cold in winter, just not this cold. This is pretty normal, actually. Look up at the passing clouds in the sky above. It's a nice day today. I suppose it is, isn't it? Mayuki starts walking, leaving me with no choice but to follow behind her. Aw, it looks so nice here. So anyway, where should we go? The shopping district, maybe? We have the errand to run for Akiko, and that aside, I want to be able to get to the shopping district on my own. Alright, the shopping district it is. She spins around happily, turning her back to me. What is she so happy about? I ponder the question as I walk through the snowy town, trying my best to keep up with her. The snowy landscape I probably walked through when I was a child are almost completely unfamiliar to me now. Nayuki, have things changed since I was last here? You like a good view and see it in the nature and city, if you understand? Yeah, I do. You like this view here? With the water and the snow and the buildings? I quite like it. Nah, not much has changed at all. I see. So maybe I'm the one who has changed. A white town, and right next to me, my female cousin, smiling happily. Now that you mention it, I might have seen this before. A scene like this long ago. You carried my bag for me back then, Yuichi. That I don't remember. The least I can do is carry your bag now. I'm not carrying your bag. Fudge you. Yeah, I'll be a gentleman. Let's do it. And the bushes, the bushes. Well, I guess I could carry your bag. Are you sure? I mean, it's not that big a deal. Okay. Nayuki holds out her bag for me to take. Thank you, Yuichi. Are you seriously that happy that I'm carrying your bag for you? Yes, I am. Is that so? It is indeed. I really don't get it. You lighten my load. Smiling, Nayuki leads the way as we walk down the road to the shopping district. Ooh, this looks nice too. And before I can even get used to the cold, we arrive at our destination, the shopping district. The shopping won't take long. I'll wait here then. I hand the shopping bag to Nayuki. Don't move an inch, okay? I'll be mad if you wander off on your own. It'll be fine, don't worry. I'm not all that confident that I can find my way home on my own. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. Cute, I know. I love the cuteness. Sounds good. She quickly disappears into the depths of the shopping district. Well then, I watch Nayuki leave and then kill some time by looking at the cityscape around me. The shopping district doesn't look all that different from the one in the town where I lived previously. The only difference is the snow. Anyway, I'm waiting. And cold. The cold isn't as bad when I'm walking, but comes back with a vengeance when I stay still. Nayuki said she would be back soon, but she's taking longer than expected. Notice that more and more people are passing my position. People are returning home after shopping, walking in their own directions around the snow that remains in place. But no one's here, though. It's a dead zone. No one's here. It's abandoned. The sun slowly lowers, casting shadows on the stone pavement. Did I see the same scene 7 years ago? Images of snow buried deep within my memories. I close my eyes and try to dig a little deeper. White snow, the cityscape, this girl who's my cousin, and... You! Huh? I hear a voice all of a sudden, and I'm ripped back into reality. Move! Move! Before I know what is going on, I come to my senses and to find a girl standing right in front of me. Or rather, she is running. She is a petite girl with wings on her back and a paper bag in her gloved hands. Wings? Ugu, move! Thud. Ugu, that hurt! It completely slipped my mind that the girl had been running, and running right toward me at that. Oh, come on, I told you to move! She looks like she'd been hit squarely in the face as she rubs the tip of her red nose with tears in her eyes. Who could this person be, Minim? Who is this? Make an excuse, don't make an excuse. You know what? I'll be a man. I'm not gonna make an excuse. Okay, I'm totally fine with that. You may be fine, but that doesn't make my nose hurt any less. She is so upset that her voice is shaky. Well, I'm sure it does hurt considering how hard you hit me. Ooh goo. She nods her head while still holding her nose. That's because you didn't get out of the way. Sorry, it happened so suddenly that I had no time to react. Ooh goo, seriously? While wiping away her tears, she looks up at my face with wet eyes. It definitely does look painful. I'm really sorry. I didn't think you'd hit me that hard. Ooh goo. Still holding her nose, she stands up and straightens herself out. And then... Ah! She turns around as if remembering something. Anyway, we'll talk later. We will? Ooh woo, says Minim in chat. Yep, we will. She grabs my hand and starts pulling me along with her. Hold on a second. There's no time for that. She pushes her way deeper and deeper into the shopping district, holding my hand tightly as she does. What in the world is going on? I'm being chased. She runs through the shopping district with a frantic expression on her face, occasionally looking behind her. You're being chased? She keeps silent, unable to ask any other questions. I run through the shopping district with her. I have no idea where we are going. All that I notice are the girl's back and her wings. Ooh, the sun's setting. We should be safe here. I put my hands on my knees and breathe heavily. The space around me is filled with pure, white exhales of air. That's fine and all, but could you at least explain what's going on? My heavy breathing continues. The girl just stares at me intently, ignoring my question. Is she much younger than me? She is petite and seems childish. After remaining silent for a bit, she slowly opens her mouth. I'm being chased. With a meek expression on her face, she repeats the same answer she gave me before. The wings on her back flap anxiously as she does. Who's chasing you? A valid question, in my opinion. I can't say more than I already have. I don't want to get anyone else wrapped up in this. It seems to me that I'm already wrapped up in it, but maybe that's just my imagination? Pry further, don't pry further. I want to pry further. Dragging me along with her pretty much means I'm involved. Does this have something to do with the paper bag you're holding? The girl has been holding the paper bag with great care ever since she first bumped into me. No, not at all. She is clearly rattled, so that's a yes, huh? No, it has nothing to do with it. Hesitantly, she steps back a little, holding the paper bag close to her chest. The girl really seems to be an open book. Well, you really don't have to tell me if you don't want. I mean, it has nothing to do with me anyway. By the way, what's with the wings? Wings? She tilts her head curiously. What wings? It's almost as if a question mark appears above her head. The wings on your back. My back? With her head still tilted, she turns to look at her back. Wings! But of course her wings move when she tries to turn toward them. She turns round and round trying to look at them. Ooh goo! She continues to turn clockwise like a dog chasing its tail. Ooh goo, I can't see them! I had a vague idea that it might be the case, but now I know for sure. She is a weirdo. No doubt about it. Just turn your head and look back. Okay. She follows my instructions and looks back. Huh? You're right. An innocent smile adorns her face. I do have wings, and cute wings at that. She seriously is a weirdo. So, what's going on here? I grab the white wings. They are plastic and cold to the touch. They apparently attach to the backpack she's wearing. They're wings! They've been all the rage lately. What a weird trend. Well, that might be what a trend is. However... Ah! What is it? Sorry, but I'll tell you later. Not later, now. I pull her back when she grabs my arm. Ooh goo, let me go! Explain what's going on before you run again. But... She looks around nervously. Ooh goo, anyway, let's go inside. She points to a fast food restaurant nearby. It appears to be the place she wants to escape to. Stay here, run away. Alright, we'll go through this. Go through this craziness with this weird kid. I really don't understand what's going on, but you're being chased, right? Yeah. Okay. I let go of her hand. Ooh, thanks. As soon as I do, she runs into the shop, and I follow her lead. Hurry, hurry! The girl is sitting at a table and beckoning to me. Are you going to eat? I'm pretending to be a normal customer. It's difficult to say whether the two people entering a restaurant, sitting down and checking outside without ordering, look like normal customers. Ah! The girl's expression stiffens and her hand holding the paper bag is tense. Apparently the person chasing her has shown up outside the store. Who could it be? Looked out the window. A lone man stands in the light of the setting sun. A balding man with a gentle expression. He looks like a good person, and he's wearing an apron for some reason. No matter how you look at him, he's just an ordinary old man. Is that harmless-looking old man chasing you? Yes! While holding her breath, she mutters as if to squeeze the words out. He just looks like an old man to me. You can't judge a person by their appearance. Well, you're not wrong about that. Indeed, it could be said that him wearing an apron gives off a somewhat suspicious impression. The girl continues to hold her breath. Eventually, she looks around and notices the old man wearing an apron, but he is heading back the way he had come, as if he's given up. After confirming his departure, we leave the shop together. Ooh, that was scary. Was it, though? Why was that old guy wearing an apron? Probably because he works at a taiyaki stand. Why is someone from a taiyaki stand chasing you? Well... She looks down hesitantly as if she doesn't want to say. There's a certain taiyaki stand that I love, and I ordered a whole lot. The explanation is growing increasingly suspicious. When I went to pay, I didn't have my wallet, so I ran. So it's your fault you were being chased, huh? Ooh, I didn't have a choice. How could you not have a choice? It's a long story. Don't worry, I've got more than enough time. But it's complicated. I don't mind. The truth is, I was really hungry. And that's it. What is long about that? Or complicated for that matter? You like the dialogue? You'll be seeing a lot of it. This is only the beginning, Minim. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, it's good. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love a lot of things about this thing. So it's all your fault after all. Ooh, you're in the wrong. You're a hypocrite. How horrible. How could you say that? She looks down, sulking. I didn't have any money. And that's why Her voice is so quiet I can barely hear it. She appears to be reflecting on her actions. I'm going to pay him back later. Really? Really? Well, if that's the case, of course it's not good, but if she pays and apologizes, maybe he'll forgive her. Oh, right! She opens the paper bag that has been holding she has been holding so carefully. Wow, piping hot taiyaki is the best! She takes out a piece, steam rising from the inside. That's something that somebody who properly paid for it would say. Hey, do you want some? She didn't appear to hear me. Maybe you should explain the situation and return it to them? Yum, it's so good. Taiyaki looks like a fish pastry thing. Don't eat that. Ooh. Don't ooh me. But it really is the best when it's fresh. I don't care. Don't eat it. Ooh. Ooh, don't imitate me. You say it so often. Ooh, it's not like that. She looks away as if pouting. The girl really seems to be an open book. None for you, then. You'll get fat. Ooh. She comes to a halt, still holding the taiyaki in her mouth. Yum, I know. I bet it tastes good. I don't care if I do. In that case, I'll make sure you eat every last bite. Ooh, that's so cruel of you. At any rate, I find pleasure in making fun of her. Ooh. For what it's worth, you should really pay up. I'll definitely pay them back when I have the money. Well, in that case, it's a promise. Her sullen expression from earlier has completely changed, and she now has a big smile on her face. Her expressions change dramatically at times, and it's really interesting to watch. So yeah, this is your share of the spoils. Take it, refrain. I'll take it, why not? Only if I, pay for half, maybe. Okay, if you're really going to pay them back later, I accept the taiyaki. It really is fresh, huh? I blissfully bite into it. It is, right? The taiyaki is perfectly baked with golden brown marks on it. It's still steaming. How nostalgic. It went far beyond logic. My name is Ayu. She suddenly looks up. Ayu Tsukimiya. I'm Yuichi Aizawa. You're Yuichi? What of it? No, it's nothing. She has a complicated facial expression that resembles both crying and laughing. However, she soon returns to her usual cheerful smile. Well, I'll be seeing you then. Sure thing. Out we meet again. Yeah. Ugu, yeah. Right, out we meet again. Yeah. She smiles and nods before waving cheerfully and running off. In the fading daylight, the setting sun dyed her wings red. Her back is bleeding. That was a rough expression. I trudge along an unfamiliar road, relying only on vague memories from earlier. Exhausted and spent, I finally make it back to the entrance of the shopping district. There are far fewer people around than before. Liar. Nayuki is sulking at the entrance. Okay, sorry. Oh, doesn't it look nice at nighttime? There's something about winter nights that I like. I don't know. By the time we get home, the sun has already set. Welcome home! Akiko appears from the kitchen to greet us. You really took your time out there, huh? Silence. Did something happen? Well, you shouldn't fight, you know. She warns us sternly, but something about her expression makes her look happy. I'm sorry, Nayuki. While it really wasn't my fault at all, I apologize anyway. It's okay. I was late yesterday, too. We're even. I suppose we are. Yep. She nods with her usual smile. I think it's time for dinner, then. Oh, I'll help you out with it, Mom. She follows Akiko back into the kitchen. Should I arrange the plates? I follow after them. Dinner is soon ready, and we have another late meal. After finishing dinner and relaxing in the living room, Nayuki sleepily returns to her room. It's only a little past 9 o'clock, but I don't really have anything special to do, so I head back to my room. The new room looks pretty bare, partly because I don't have any of my luggage in it. Maybe it was a mistake not to unpack today. The various holidays are at an end and the semester is set to begin. I might have to wait until Sunday to unpack. I should have at least dealt with the things I need for school, but I don't know what is in each box. Well, whatever. I can just borrow from my Nayuki for now. It's early, but maybe I should sleep. And then I suddenly realize that I have no alarm clock. While I am a morning person, the thought of not having one makes me anxious. Maybe I can borrow one from Nayuki. I check the time on my watch. It is just past 10 o'clock. She's probably still up at this hour. A cool breeze is flowing through the already dark hallway. The only room where light is visible is my own room. Nayuki's room is already quiet. Or maybe she is sleeping? As I contemplating whether or not I should knock, the door to Nayuki's room suddenly opens. Yawn! Nayuki comes out, rubbing her eyes and shaking unsteadily as if she is still in a dream. Nayuki, just the person I wanted to see. Good morning! It's still evening. She walks unsteadily down the hallway while giving only an unintelligible reply. And then she just leans against the wall. She's still asleep. Wake up! Good morning. You're definitely still asleep. What? Yuichi? Are you finally awake? I was sleeping. I know that already. It's none of my business, but you shouldn't sleepwalk. The stairs are dangerous. It's fine, I'm used to it. I didn't expect that to be the reason for it to be fine. Nayuki, I'm sorry, but if you have an extra alarm clock, could you lend it to me? Yeah, that's fine. I have a lot of them. Why does she have a lot of them? How many do you need? One will do. Okay, hold on a second. Rattle. Thank you for waiting. While the door opens again, Nayuki is standing there holding a large number of alarm clocks in her arms. I'll lend you whichever you like. There's so many of them. Are they all alarm clocks? The truth is, there are many more where these came from. Do you collect them or something? No, it's nothing like that. Well, forget I asked. She can't possibly be using all of these, can she? Which do you want, Yuichi? Which do I want, you ask? There are many colorful alarm clocks in various shapes. There are also some things among them that I don't look like alarm clocks at all. Anyway, as long as it wakes me up on time, I'm fine with whatever you think. Should I choose? Yeah, you can choose, Nayuki. And I'll give you this one. Which one is this one? The white one on the top. I grab one of the alarm clocks in Nayuki's line of sight. Can I borrow it for a while? Sure, that's not a problem at all. She nods while still holding the rest of the clocks. It's about time I get to bed. Yeah, I'm sorry to keep you up. It's okay, don't worry about it. She smiles sleepily. Well then, I go and open my door. Yuichi! Nayuki stops me before I can return to my room. What is it? At night you say, good night. She bows her head politely. Yeah, good night. I set the alarm clock and place it next to my bed. Now that I think about it, I don't even know what time to set it. Well, I suppose 7 o'clock will give me plenty of time. It gets especially cold at night. The night air is unforgiving, even inside the house. Should I sleep? I crawl into the cold bed and close my eyes. A new town, a new life, a winter day that slowly fades away. It's so cold. It slowly grows dark. Just before my consciousness melts into sleep, the image of a girl flashes through my head. It's Kanon? Guess we have to add this to the Ulti lore book then. Yep, I had a feeling someone would make a joke like that. This series is canon to my own series. How you doing, Hellfire Skyrim? What's up? Welcome to the visual novels. I fall asleep without realizing who it is. How was your last stream of Terrarara? Oh, the music is so good. Let's go! Hurry up! Someone is shaking me. It's getting dark soon! I've heard this voice before. It sounds familiar. Where are we going? Shopping! For? We're running an errand for Mom! Oh, she did mention something like that. You killed the first boss with the most jank modded weapon you could find. Now, does jank mean good or bad? I still forget these words. Jank. And you said you'd come along, right? I'm not going. It's too cold. Liars get their pants set on fire. I don't want that. Then let's go. It's not that cold. Don't worry. That's a lie. If so, I'll take the fire. In fact, I'll give you a bonus and set all my clothes on fire. Oh my god. Fine, I'll go with you. Okay. Oh man, it's super cold. No way, you just need more willpower. You tricked me. No, I didn't. It's not cold at all. This is a fraud, a scam. That's not very nice of you, Yuichi. I'm setting you on fire. Huh? From head to toe because it's bonus season. Debatable, does good damage, but it turns the game into a rhythm game while you are struggling to dodge. Oh no. Yeah. I don't know how good at Terraria I'd be. Probably bad for all we know. Well, glad you beat it at least. That's too much. Use your willpower. I can't. Which means I can't go either. Then you get red pickled ginger for dinner tonight. A whole bowl of it with extra red pickled ginger on top. For your drink you get ginger juice. Gin juice, some call it. Enough, I'll follow you to the ends of the earth. Okay. Isn't this blackmail? And isn't blackmail a crime? Hey, Yuichi. Nayuki's breath turns white. Let's go already. It's colder when you stand still. Modded weapon, so it's a reference to another game, Undertale. Cool. You and your modded Terrarias, am I right? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, okay. Have you ever heard of Kanon before, by the way, Hellfire Skyrim? It's a good anime to watch at this time. This time right now. Hurry up! What's the rush? The shops won't run away. They won't run, but they may be closed. I became the bag holder for her as usual. No. Oh, it's so good. Check it out when you can. It should be on the Amazons. Or on whatever streaming systems exist these days. As a miserable freeloader, I have absolutely no choice in the matter. See that snowflake is turning at 30 FPS? Oh, this. Wow. Love it. Why can't you talk like a regular boy? If I refuse to hold these bags, I'd be chased out of the house and forced to survive by myself in the barren tundra. You're making it sound like we're such bad people. If I get attacked by a bear, it'll be all your fault. There are no bears here. But there are wolves, right? There are no wolves in Japan. That's a pity. It's best if there aren't any. They might eat us up. Our conversation is off and on topic at the same time. It's been 5 years since I first met Nayuki. We were so nervous at first. We spoke so courteously back then, but now we can make playful banter like this. When did we first start to calling each other by our names? Phew! We made it! After all that rushing, we'd better have. Let's get what we were supposed to get before the shop closes. I hand the bag over to Nayuki as I say that. Yep, I'll go get them. You stay here. She waits for me to nod in agreement before disappearing to the crowd at the shopping district. Alright. But she quickly turns back. I'll be really mad if you go home first. I won't. I'll take your word for it. She vanishes into the crowd again. Well then. Should I really wait at this spot until Nayuki returns? Knowing her, she'll take her sweet time to pick out what she needs to buy. She's pretty flighty about such things after all. I doubt that part of her will ever change. After waiting for a while, I hear a small shriek behind me. Thud. Then I feel something pressing into my back. Or perhaps the more appropriate phrase is that someone hit my back. Hey, it's her again. Ugu. It's a girl around my age. I turn around and see that she's crying for some reason. Her nose is red and her eyes are brimming with tears. I meet her eyes. Ugu! Alarm bells ring in my head, but by then she's already too late. Or it's already too late. Hiccup. Ah! Tears start streaming down her cheeks. They show no signs of stopping. Ugu! Oh boy. You're gonna use these Ugus to your own advantage, right, Hellfire Skyrim? I'm expecting, you're gonna make me say more weird things. She bawls her eyes out and convulsively in front of me. The people walking home after their shopping turn around to see what's happening. It seems like she's cried immediately after bumping into me. Ugu, wah! She rubs her reddened eyes and keeps on crying. Compile all the uwus. Oh, it's not uwus, it's ugu. It's the new uwu. Keeps on crying. I don't know what to do. People start gathering around us. Anyway, I have homework to do, so try to leave with the scene with my dignity intact by pretending nothing's happened, but I feel a force pulling me backwards. The girl had somehow gotten a firm grip on my coat. Sab! There's no way I can untangle myself from her and flee now. What's your name? Sab, hiccup. My name's Yuichi Aizawa. She's not responding to me. Ugu. She's using one hand to hold onto my coat while rubbing her eyes with the other. Her mouth moves as if she's trying to say something, but no words come out. You. Finally, she manages to say something in a shaky voice. Uh-oh. Hello, uwu, owo, ugu, fuwood, wow. Thanks. Thanks for making me say that, you you silly person, you. Ayu? She nods. Ayu. That seems to be your name. How about your last name? Ayu. Your last name's Ayu? Ugu, no! She shakes her head vigorously. One more time. What's your name? What's your name? Ayu! Her voice is clearer than before. Okay, and your last name? Is Ayu also your last name? It's an unusual one. Where? No! Her face scrunches up again. One was food. Oh, food. I gotcha. Shall we go somewhere with fewer people? The crowd is definitely starting to grow. I'm starting to hear whispers. To passerbys, it must look like I'm bullying this girl. I mean, what else are they supposed to think, right? Ugu, I can't believe you! And then she says something that makes the situation more complicated. Even the people standing at a distance are starting to talk among themselves while looking at us. I feel like I'm in hot soup. Let's go somewhere else, okay? Ugu! I take her hand and pull the still crying girl along through the crowd that's gathered. Let's go, Ayu Ayu. That's not my name. She follows me without much resistance as she wipes her tears away with her free hand. Ugu, Ayu's not my name. Who cares? Let's run. I care. And thus I find myself dashing deeper into the shopping district with a girl I've never met before. January 8th. Dun 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 dun. It's January 1st right now. A dream. I'm dreaming. The same dream. Again and again. About the frog people. God, I hate that dream. The same scenery over and over. As I float between sleep and wakefulness. I pray for just one wish. That when I next open my eyes, I'll see a different sky. What am I drinking? Water. Water. Just water. Ka-ching! It's morning! It's morning! Oh! Suddenly, I hear a voice in my ear and jump up, tangled in the covers. It's time to eat breakfast and go to school. Nayuki? I look around the room. It's morning! It's morning! I hear an unmotivated voice from my bedside. It's time to eat breakfast and go to school. It's morning! It's morning! My cousin's voice is emanating from the alarm clock. Ka-ching! I turn the switch on the alarm clock off. Silence then returns to the room. What was that? I grabbed the alarm clock that had gone silent and looked at it intently. Didn't notice it yesterday, but when I look more closely, I notice a button that says record on it. Apparently she's the type of person who can record her own voice and use it as an alarm clock. I press the switch on again. It's morning! It's morning! Is it my imagination that I feel like I'm getting even more sleepy? I turn the switch completely off and put it back in place. I stretch out and feel the comfortable morning light on me. I wake up feeling great even in a bed I'm not used to. Aside from the freezing cold, it's a little after 7 o'clock. The sunlight shining in diagonally penetrates into the room through the curtains. Whoosh! When I threw open the curtains, the same bright white light from yesterday bursts into my field of vision. Looks like it's going to be cold again today. The words are spit out in white, as if affirming their content. I change clothes and get ready. A new uniform and a new bag, and a new school. My snowy life is set to begin. We're going to school, guys! Who's ready for school? I wonder if Nayuki is already up. Her door is closed and she isn't visible from the hallway. What's that? Suddenly, an alarm rings out loud enough to be heard all the way down the hallway. Nayuki's room! When I listen closely, I notice that there isn't just one sound. There are so many different sounds mixed together that I can't make out what they are. How many alarm clocks does she need to wake up? It's unending. I wait a while, but the ringing shows no sign of stopping. Maybe she left her alarm clock set and woke up before they went off? I can't even hear my own voice because it's drowned out by the loud noises. Probably shouldn't ignore it. I don't want the loud. I don't like loud. I couldn't just ignore it, but I'm reluctant to enter her room without permission. Maybe I'll just check out the situation. I'm confident she can't still be sleeping. I open the door and look around the room. Oh my gosh, look at these alarm clocks here. And there's a big one right there too. It's nothing but girly decorations. There are multiple alarm clocks by the bedside that are probably the source of all the noise. And zzz, Nayuki is sleeping soundly on her bed, as if nothing at all is happening. Seriously? Zzz. She seems to be sleeping very comfortably. Seriously, indeed. I guess I'll wake her up. I raise my voice while holding my head due to a headache from all the noise. Nayuki! Wake up! I poke my head through the door and call out Nayuki's name. Nayuki, it's morning! Don't met me, it's morning! Don't zzz me, it's morning! She doesn't look like she's ready to wake up at all. The sound of the alarm clocks is louder than my voice, so there's no point in saying anything, right? Give up, keep trying. No, I'm determined now. She's gonna wake up. Wake up, Nayuki! Wake up! Wake up! This is tiring. She rolls over comfortably. I'm so full. She seems like she's still dreaming as she hugs a giant stuffed frog. Maybe I should leave her be. It might be wiser to have Akiko come and wake her up later, because I'm not getting anywhere with her. As I'm about to leave the room, I see Nayuki getting out of bed. Are you finally up? It's possible she might be sleeping while standing. She bites back a yawn and slowly moves her gaze with teary eyes until she meets me at the door. Yuichi? She doesn't appear to know what's going on. Good morning. Her words are muffled by a yawn. So you're finally up. Anyway, if you're awake, you can do us all a favor and turn off your alarms. What was that? I can't hear you. Just turn off the alarms Just turn the alarms off already. Okay. She seems to finally hear me as she begins to turn off each and every alarm. So, Minim, how many alarms would it take to wake you up? Hopefully one. That's a lot of alarms, and for them to fail to wake someone up. What's the matter, Yuichi? I explained the situation. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not a morning person. I get that you're not a morning person, but you're on a whole new level. I'll get ready, so please eat your breakfast. Got it, but be quick about it, okay? Okay. Good morning, Yuichi. Only one. Thank goodness for that. No more than one, right? Akiko's voice greets me as I pop into the kitchen. And you? None. No alarm clocks wake me up. I just wake up on my own. Hehehe. I return the greeting and sit down in the same chair as yesterday. Is Nayuki still sleeping? Akiko asks the question as she places freshly cooked toast and strawberry jam on the table. I think I woke her up, but when I answer, Akiko looks a little surprised. Takes me an unlimited of them all playing the wake-up meme. Oh no, what's the wake-up meme? I'm afraid to know what that is now. From now on, I guess I'll have you wake her up. I'd rather not. I don't blame you. She puts a cup filled with coffee on the table while smiling in amusement. Yawn! Nayuki opens the door to the kitchen and walks in, her eyes still half asleep. Good morning. She slowly makes her way to her chair. It's rare for you to wake up this quickly. I always wake up like this. Oh, you do you? You're the worst, Mom. Well, I just hope this continues from tomorrow. Watching these two interact, I can tell that they're really close. Something about it makes me smile, yet feel jealous. Before long, breakfast for 3 people is placed on the table, and breakfast together as a family begins. Munch, munch! Nayuki happily bites into the toast with more strawberry jam than necessary. Munch, munch! She is taking her sweet time eating. Are you really okay for time? I have already finished eating. You should really take your time to savor the flavor. Not if it makes me late. I'll DM it. Okay. Sounds good. Son of a... With toast still in her mouth, she looks down at her watch. Her voice makes it sound like as if she's taken aback. I'm going to have to run if I'm going to make it on time. Are you seriously okay? Yeah. Her confident expression makes me feel very uneasy. What's more, I don't know how far it is to school or how long it will take. Yum, it's so good! I'm concerned that Nayuki is the only person I have to rely on. I'll be waiting for you at the entrance, so hurry up and eat. Yeah! She takes pleasurable swig from her coffee cup. See you, Yuichi. See you later. You're coming too. I feel anxious as I leave the dining room. Thank you for waiting. Nayuki hurriedly appears at the entrance while carrying a bag. We have time? She checks the time while putting on her shoes. Or maybe okay. Maybe. Off we go! We open the front door and step outside together. It's so cold. A silver world spreads out before our eyes. It snowed during the night, and there aren't even footprints in it yet. Nice weather today. Nayuki opens the door after me and looks up at the blue sky. I can't deny that, but still. The clouds are sparse and the shadows of the roofs are clearly cast on the snow. It's so insanely cold. Even though I'm wearing a coat, it feels like the cold is piercing through me. It's a strange cold, completely different from the cold winters that I had taken for granted until now. Am I going to have to walk in this frigid weather every day from now on? I feel depressed on my first day at my new school. It's actually pretty warm today. Nayuki says, making me feel worse. But it's going to get colder from now on. Something wrong, Yuichi? I want to go home. But you used to live here, didn't you? Yes, but I don't really remember it all that well. I'll get used to it, I'm sure of it. Really hope you're right. You can do it. I'm feeling increasingly anxious. While adjusting the collar of the coat I wear over my uniform, I open the gate of the Minase family home and step out onto the road. The snow suddenly sinks beneath my waist. My weight. It'll feel colder if you don't move, so let's go. Good idea. Yuki stands next to me, enjoying the feel of the snow. Footprints. It's not uncommon to see footprints. She smiles innocently after leaving footprints in the snow. Let's make a snow fort when we get back. No, thanks. Just think about it. What fun is there in building a snow fort in this weather? I'll bake something inside. Bake in the kitchen. But it'll be more delicious in the fort. It's no different. What a shame. She looks deeply disappointed. More importantly, if we don't get going, we won't make it in time, right? Good point. She tilts her head while looking at the watch on her wrist. I need directions. Yep, just leave that to me. I follow behind Nayuki as she nods and starts running, heading down the snowy road to school. Yuichi, does this look familiar? No, it doesn't look familiar at all. I think it'll eventually come back to you. I hope you're right. You can do it. Though it doesn't matter if I can't. That'd be kind of sad. She looks up at me sadly. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. With white breaths, we run through the snowy town. A house with a distinctive roof appears in the corner of my vision. Probably a sight I saw a long time ago. When my body finally gets used to the coldness of winter, I wonder if the scenery will come back to me too. This is tough. Nayuki mutters as if nothing was wrong at all. What is? At this rate, we might not make it in time. Nayuki looks down at her watch with a troubled expression on her face. We're a little tight for time. I look down at Nayuki's watch too. The time is a little past 8:15. The school's bell will ring at 8:30. How long will it take us to get to school from here? About 20 minutes or so walking? And if we run? About 15 minutes or so. Shouldn't we hurry up then? Yep. Letting out a white sigh, the two of us increase our speed as we run side by side. I think we should leave earlier tomorrow morning. I'll do my best. The words come out with a white breath. The dry, cold winter air hurts my lungs. Running will warm us up. Suppose it will. Yeah! Her uniform looks as if it would be difficult to run in, but Nayuki doesn't seem to mind at all, and seems to be enjoying herself. For the first time, I understand the merit of being in a track and field club. Whoa. Look at this school, guys. School is flippin' huge. We're here! The building is bigger than I expected. I'm tired. At least we made it in time. As expected from a member of the track and field club, Nayuki seems to have plenty of energy to spare. This is my school. She turns to face me as if turning her back to the school. And it's the school you'll be attending from now on. Many people pass us by. I don't know if you're still in school, Minim, but would you want to go to this school here? This massive, gigantic school? I bet I'd like it. There are students wearing the same uniform as Nayuki and me. When I look more closely, I notice that there seem to be 3 types of uniform for girls. There are blue ribbons, green ribbons, and the same red ribbons as Nayuki wears. Might be different colors for each year. In that case, the students with the red ribbon are second-year students like me and Nayuki. Nayuki, good morning! A particularly cheerful voice resounds through the hustle and bustle. It's been a while. How are you doing? Ah! She's wearing a red ribbon too. The girl pats Nayuki on the back, a carefree smile on her face. Kaori, that hurts. Looking troubled, Nayuki narrows her eyes. You look sleepy, Nayuki. You always look like this. The girl named Kaori seems familiar with Nayuki and talks to her in a friendly manner. And it hasn't been a while. I called you the day before yesterday. Sure, but it's been a while since we met in person. I'm pretty sure we went to see a movie together on Tuesday. 3 days without meeting is a lot of time in my book. It is? By the way, I was wondering something. She turns her gaze toward me. Who is this person? This person? He's my cousin. Oh, right. You told me about him on the phone. Starting today, we'll be attending this school together. I see. Makes sense. She nods understandingly. Nice to meet you. I'm Kaori Misaka. She follows her introduction with a slight nod. Her carefree smile really makes her for quite the first impression. I'm Yuichi Aizawa. Should I call you Misaka? Kaori is fine. Then you can call me Yuichi. I'll refrain from doing that, Aizawa. Well, call me whatever you want then. Kaori and I are in the same homeroom, but I hope you're with us as well. You don't know which homeroom you'll be in yet? I haven't asked. I guess we'll find out. I'll find out today. I really hope we're in the same one. Ayuki repeats herself. Yeah. Yeah. Ayuki nods happily at the same time. The sound of a chime reverberates throughout the winter school building. Ah, that's the bell. We should run. Let's see if we can beat Mr. Ishibashi there. Okay. It seems the 8:30 race is the same at every school. What do, Yuichi? I'm going to take to the staff room for now. Okay, good luck with that. Let's run, Ayuki. Yes, let's. Ayuki disappears into the entrance, following Kaori, who started running fast. First. Have to hurry too. Have to go to the staff room first. The staff room? There are already no signs of students anywhere. I wonder where it is. I take a deep breath and enter the building. I manage to get to the staff room by asking people I meet on the way. I enter the staff room and briefly communicate my circumstances to the closest teacher. I'm always more nervous than necessary in a school staff room, especially in a new school. Of course, I don't know any of the teachers. Eventually, a teacher approaches me, and guided by that burly teacher, I'm taken to a classroom on the second floor. And here we are. Look at these students. Look at these outfits. The males' outfits are kind of dull and boring, and the girls' ones remind me of Christmas for some reason. Take your seats, everyone. The first words I hear when the door opens. The students all return to their seats. We have a new student today. The class grows noisy hearing those words. And he's a boy. And just like that, the noise quiets. Sorry about being a boy. Yuichi Aizawa. I enter the room as I'm introduced. I can tell that the class is paying attention to me. It's not good to be a transfer student. It really isn't. Obviously, I don't know anyone here. But that's not quite true. There are two familiar faces sitting in the back by the window. Yuichi! My cousin waves happily at me. She waves happily, half jokingly. So, please introduce yourself. My name is Yuichi Aizawa. I finish introducing myself without any issues. I look at the homeroom teacher to see if he wants me to say more, but he doesn't seem concerned in the least. He seems like a generous person. Oh, you can sit in the open seat over there. He comes across as a generous and open-minded teacher. The place where I am told to sit is in the back and close to the window. I'm fine with the window and all, but... So, we are in the same class, Yuichi. So surprising. My seat is next to Nayuki's and across from Kaori's. Great news, right? Maybe. My school life begins in a new environment. After my self-introduction is complete, the first day of the new semester's homeroom quickly finishes. It seems like the only thing scheduled for today was the opening ceremony, but that also ended while I was in the staff room. In other words, that's it for today. That was about as normal as a self-introduction as it gets. Immediately after the homeroom teacher leaves, Kaori approaches looking disappointed. Sorry. I'm seriously wondering what a less normal self-introduction would look like. But, you know, I never expected we'd end up in the same class. I'm surprised too. Before I know it, Nayuki and Kaori have gathered at my seat by the window. The other classmates are clearly looking at us strangely. However, since it's already at the end of the school day, one by one they grab their bags and leave the classroom. We get to sit next to each other, Yuichi. Yeah. You don't look all that happy. That's not true. I'm so happy I could break out dancing. Not sure what that means, but okay, I'm happy to hear that. You two get along well. Kaori, who is sitting in her seat watching our exchange with amusement, suddenly interrupts. You'd be surprised, I end up with fresh wounds every time we meet. Oh, you do? Nayuki asked, looking worried. No, I just wanted to see how you'd react. You really do get along well. Gotta go. Bye, Minim. See you later. Hopefully you like this game a lot. But yeah, I'll see you soon, alright? For another new game tonight. Hehe. Kaori gets up from her seat while laughing happily. Sorry, I'm going to head out. She picks up her bag. Do you have club today, Kaori? No, I'll stop by the club room, but head home soon after. I have club again today. It must be tough being the leader. It is, but I love running. Just because you love it doesn't mean you have to be the leader. But you know, I really like running. Excuse me. Oh. It's snowing out now. It's snowing in real life now. Alright, now it's happening. This game summons snow in real life. Well, it's your life. See you soon. Bye. Looks like the conversation is sliding off to the side by about 3 meters, but I think it's impressive for Kaori to keep up with it. I'd only talked to Kaori for a short time, but I feel like her personality is the exact opposite of Nayuki's. But when I look at these two, I can tell that they are really good friends. Well, see you both later! Yeah. See you tomorrow! She walks out of the classroom, mingling with the other students. I should be getting to my club activity. Most of the students in the class had left while we were talking. Alright, I might as well go home. Because I have club, we can't go home together? She says with a worried tone in her voice. Can you make it back on your own, Yuichi? You just have to follow the same route we took in the morning in reverse, right? I can do that easily. Yeah, that's all. Nayuki also stands up and grabs her bag. Should I at least take you to the school entrance? To do so, tell her it's unnecessary. Might as well learn it, by myself. No, it's fine. But it's a really big school, right? You can clearly see this by looking at the exterior, and actually walking around it. But at least I probably won't get lost on my way to the exit. More than that, the idea of me being guided by Nayuki makes me feel pathetic. Hey Bonnie! How you doing today? Welcome to the new year. How you doing? I'll be fine on my own, so you can go ahead. Okay, see you! Your chat wasn't sending yesterday? Oh, it wasn't? What were you sending? Were you talking in my own chat room? That's cool. He was gonna say Happy New Year's yesterday. Oh, but it wasn't sending? What was it saying? Was it just saying, like, no, not sending? What the heck? Well, I'm glad you're talking now. I'm glad it's just a short thing. I have an idea, Bonnie. If it happens again, send me a whisper or a Discord message. But the streamer couldn't see it. That's happened before with other people. That's annoying. Twitch, fix your crap, please. She waves at me and leaves the room first. Well then, when I look at the classroom clock, it isn't even midday yet. Happy New Year's. Thank you. Happy New Year's to you too. I'm playing a visual novel now, if you've ever heard of that before, Bonnie. It's a story that you read, but it's a game at the same time. And it's really good. It's based on my favorite winter anime. I should probably take this opportunity to walk around town a bit. Beyond the cloudy windows of the school is a world of silver. Eat some dessert. Ooh, dessert! Sounds tasty. What desserts? I don't have any intention of reminiscing about old memories, but for whatever reason, I feel like it would be a good idea to walk around town. Not many students are still in the classroom. As I walk out into the hallway, several of my classmates call out to me. Hey! Bro, what's up, bro? I'll leave the classroom alone and walk through the unfamiliar hallway. I have no idea where anything is, but I can still make my way to the entrance. Or so I thought. I'm lost. I find a place that looks like an exit, but when I go outside with my indoor shoes still on, I find myself in a place I don't know. I look up and see the classroom window. Does this mean I'm at the back of the school? That being said, the area is really quite spacious. It's currently covered in snow, but there are several places where I can sit. In the right season, there might be a lot of students here during lunch. But it's currently deserted, covered in snow with no footprints. Guess I'll go back. After cleaning the mud from my shoes, I go back inside the school. Aizawa! When I return to the hallway, I suddenly hear a voice behind me. I turn back to find Kaori Misaka standing there. Back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the story. It's a good one. Who are you explaining that to? Nobody. Kaori left first, but she said she was going to stop by your club room before heading home, so I guess that's the reason why I'm running into her now. Well, are you getting used to your new school? Of course not. It's only the first day. I suppose it is. It wouldn't make sense if I instantly fit in on the first day of school. But hey, at least you have some familiar faces in your class. Yeah. Thanks to this, I get people talking to me from day one. But I think it would be better not to tell them that I'm staying at Nayuki's house. The last thing I want is to have strange rumors spread about us. I don't know how long I can keep it from getting out, but it'll be a secret for now. Come to think of it, you live in the same house as Nayuki, right? Yeah, the cat's out of the bag. The secret made it all of 3 seconds. I mean, Nayuki said so herself. Of course she did. I think most people would hide that fact. Nayuki, what were you thinking? She's probably not thinking at all. Kaori, I've got something to ask you. Hey stars, what's up? How you doing today? Happy New Year's to ya. Welcome to the brand new first stream of the year. But yeah, how are you? What is it? I don't have any food. Why would I ask you for something to eat? I just want you to keep that info quiet for now. You mean the thing about you living in Nayuki's house? Yeah, but everyone already knows. Nayuki announced it to the whole class. Yeah, that cat really is out of the bag. I'm calling in sick tomorrow. It's not good to skip school. What on earth is she thinking? I doubt she was thinking at all. Just got back for the first day hike. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm streaming this game finally, at long last. And I'm happy too. Yeah, that's what I thought. Have you heard of this one before? Kanon it's called. It's good. As I walked down the hallway alongside Kaori, I let out a long, deep sigh. We're here! Hearing Kaori's voice, I look ahead and see the entrance. This is the entrance. I know that much at least. You say that, but you were the one who ended up in the back of the school. Yeah, you saw that, huh? Since you were acting suspiciously, I thought you must have infiltrated the school on secret orders from some secret agency. I'm just a normal student, and I'm kind of disappointed. With a truly disappointed look on her face, she changes her shoes. You've not heard of this one? Oh, it's a good one. It's my favorite winter anime in visual novel form. Next to her, I take my shoes out of the shoebox. My shoes are still soaking from the morning snow. I can't help but sigh once again at the fact that my life is so completely different from before. When I turn to the side, Kaori is looking at me and smiling. What's up? Aizawa, you're just like Nayuki described you. She puts her indoor shoes back in the shoebox and lines up next to me. How did she describe me? As a man of mystery. I'm not that at all. I think you are. In what way? In that way. Kaori picks up her bag and continues talking happily as she passes by me. I push open the cold entrance door and head outside. Nayuki seemed really happy today. Really? I thought she was just being her usual carefree self. At the time, she looked the happiest I'd ever seen her. At what time? When you first entered the classroom. I think you're imagining things. Responded bluntly and casually look up. The sky is heavily clouded, and before I know it, it begins to snow. From the gaps between the buildings, pure white crystals are falling, swaying to and fro. Oh, it's snowing. Kaori mutters the words as she looks up at the sky too. It's gonna get cold again. I think it'll end soon though. That doesn't help much with the cold. What are you talking about? It's warm today. So I've heard. Huh? I really need to get out of here. Give it up. The white powder that covers the sky eventually becomes sparse. Then, as if rewinding a video, stillness returns to the sky. Well, we should get going then. She happily hugs her bag to her chest and starts walking toward the school gate. Yeah, good call. Not wanting to see it start snowing again, I'd follow her out. What are you planning to do now? She doesn't even look back at me as I catch up to her. There's somewhere I want to go. Somewhere suspicious? What qualifies as suspicious? The bakery in front of the station. What's suspicious about that? They use pens to scribble out the expiration dates. Well, I suppose that is more than a little suspicious. Want to buy something there and give it a try? Not in the slightest. But Nayuki would eat it without a care. She would. Kyori stops in her tracks as she passes through the snow-covered school gate. I'm going this way. How about you, Aizawa? I stop and point wordlessly in the opposite direction to Kaori. I'll see you tomorrow then. Yeah. Kaori cheerfully runs in the direction she pointed. She's really a ball of energy, isn't she? I wonder if she's cold. Or more likely, she's used to it by now. I wonder if I'll ever get used to it. Like Nayuki said I would. While thinking about that, I also start walking in the direction I was pointing. Even though the snow has stopped, the cold wind still feels like it's biting into my skin. I don't feel like running it all that much. The clouds that cover the sky are blown away by the cold wind, and the last traces of them disappear before long. While I'm grateful for that, the strong north wind is still blowing in, making it feel even colder than before. I walk through the snowy cityscape relying only on memory. I remember it better than I thought I would. I can't remember all that clearly, but I have a strong feeling that I'm standing in the same place I stood when I was younger. Seeing the whiteness and coldness of the snow for the first time, I was innocently having fun back then. The image of myself that exists within my memories is suddenly superimposed on the snowy landscape. Come to think of it, I seem to remember building snow forts in the past too. I get the feeling that I played a lot of games involving snow back then, together with Nayuki. This is where I was yesterday, the day after our reunion, the place I visited with Nayuki, and... Eek! A scream, or rather, a pitiful voice comes from somewhere, bringing me back to my senses. When I look in the direction of the voice, I see that someone has fallen. Ugu, that hurt! She apparently fell on her face. She shakes the mud off her clothes, while painfully rubbing her red nose. Ugu, it's so cold! Her face seems familiar to me somehow. Ugu, and I'm so muddy! She seems to have hit the snowy ground as hard as possible, and the coat she's wearing is in bad shape. Ugu! After confirming that the paper bag she's carrying is safe, the girl starts running, looking behind her as she does. Toward me. Of course she's not looking forward. You're gonna run into me, Ayu. Huh? Hearing her name, she suddenly turns her attention to her path of travel. Out of my way! When she sees me standing right in front of her, she hurriedly raises her voice. Okay, to the side you hold your chopsticks. I'm handling this more calmly the second time. I dodge to the right, following my precise instructions. So suddenly, Ayu is right in front of me. Ow! Ugu! Ayu screams in agony. I wasn't that agonized. Can she read my mind or something? She protests as she holds her nose. Ugu, that really hurt. While wiping away her tears, she looks up at my face. Don't worry, I'm not hurt at all. Did you do that on purpose by chance? Not at all. Are you sure? Are you really sure? While covering her reddened nose with her glove, she looks up at me with wet eyes. Her voice sounds strange because of her nose being covered. I dodged to the right like I said to, and you dodged to the opposite direction, so we collided. Ugu, but I'm left-handed. That's no fault of mine. Ugu. More importantly, someone is chasing you again. An old man wearing an apron is running straight towards us from the back of the shopping district, and he's yelling something. She turns around completely. Little time elapses, and then she turns around again. We gotta go. She grabs my hand and runs off. Again? This again? I'll explain later. We have to go. Why me? Because you ate that taiyaki yesterday. Once again, I end up as an accomplice. When I turn around and look behind me, I see a familiar face. That's the same guy from yesterday, isn't it? I mean, it was the same food stand after all. You really like to challenge yourself, huh? Well, it's the most delicious place. Then pay there to eat already. I forgot my wallet again. Check to see if you have your wallet before buying anything. The two of us run side by side through the snowy shopping district. We dodge to the right around a group of students returning from school, and to the left to avoid a trio of housewives on the way to shopping. We just keep running. Before I know it, the scenery around me changes. Hey, Ayu. I slowly come to a halt and look back, but nobody's there. Huh? When I stop and look in that direction I came from, I see someone waving in the distance. When the figure sees that I have stopped, they stop there and gasp for breath. It's probably Ayu. But wait, why am I running ahead of her? Eventually Ayu starts running again, or rather walking, and comes within my range of vision. You're too fast. She takes unsteady steps as she lets out a pure white breath. More like you're too slow. I'm normal. You're fast. She's breathing heavily and staggering as she finally arrives in front of me. Because you're so heavily clothed. Maybe, but I'm cold. As careless as you are, you're somehow a pro at eating and running. Ooh goo, I'm not a pro yet. I want to take that as a compliment. I wasn't. We must have traveled a long distance because the shopping district is nowhere to be seen. A lonely street with no one around. The sun hadn't set yet, but we didn't have long to go. We've come a long way. I have absolutely no idea where we are. When I look up, the sunlight is shining through the snow that had piled up on the branches, creating a mysterious and unfamiliar sight. All that running made me hungry. Relieved that the shop owner wasn't come after her anymore, she leisurely brings out the paper bag. Let's see what you stole. You don't have to put it like that. Well, it's true, isn't it? I'll pay it all back eventually. I don't think you should return again until you do. It'll be fine, she says without any real basis as she opens the bag. White steam rises from the inside and a fragrant scent tickles my nostrils. So, what did you steal today? I ask while looking into the wrapping paper in Ayu's hand. Taiyaki! She hoists the bag up with joy. Again? It's not the same. How isn't it? The filling is different. It's the same thing. Either is fine as long as you eat them while they're hot. Ayu's eyes are locked onto the fragrant food. She reaches into the bag and pulls out a taiyaki. We can share. She hands it to me with a smile. If I eat this, you're basically making me an accomplice again. Don't worry. Why? One or two makes no difference. It comes across as something a villain might say. I suppose having one wouldn't hurt. I'll be sure to apologize for this later. Here you go. She nods cheerfully and hands me one. It's absolutely the best when it's fresh. Yeah. She can't possibly look happier than she stuffs her face full. Gulp, gulp. Huh? Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. One wasn't enough, but this one is mine. I don't need any more. But if you really insist, I'll give you one more. Ignoring my reply, she shoves another taiyaki in my direction. No, I really don't. The girl looks up at me with a smile. When I'm right next to her, I can see that she's even smaller than I thought. Ooh goo, it's so good. It sure is. While she bites into her second piece, I put my hand on Ayu's head. Ooh goo, it tickles. She narrows her eyes with a troubled expression on her face. Need to hurry up and eat so we can go back before it gets dark. Oh yeah, you're right. She nods and stuffs the taiyaki in her mouth, a big smile on her face. Yum yum. She nods cheerfully as she eats her piece. Can't you just eat in peace? Wow, this is just so good. She's moved to tears over her taiyaki. She doesn't appear to hear a word I say. In the end, I eat two to her three. Well, we should get back before the sun sets. Right you are. Let's return to the shopping district for now. Okay. Yeah, we have to get back to the shopping district. So, how do we do that? You don't know the way back? Me? I have no idea. I've never been here before. So you don't know either? You know, there's no way someone who just moved here would know something like that the locals don't know. Oh, is that right? She looks straight back at me with a confused expression on her face. Of course not. How can I remember after only one day? It's not that. It's that you moved here and... She pushes with a hint of desperation. I did live here a long time ago, but... 7 years ago, you mean? Yes, that's about the last time I came to this town, but how do you know that? Are you Yuichi? I am. I see. She looks down and lowers her voice. Her shoulders shake a little. What is it, Ayu? Ever since we met yesterday, I was thinking that might be the case. I can see that Ayu's small body is trembling. Your name is the same, and you're just as strange. What is she getting at? You're exactly the same back when I knew you. You came back to me. You kept your promise to me. A memory of the past suddenly flashes into my head. Snow, a crying girl, Tayaki, a sunset, and Ayu. That's right. I remember now. There was a girl I met in this town 7 years ago and played with. I'm sure that girl's name was Ayu. Yes, long time no see. Yeah, it really has been a while. The memories slowly come back to me. I definitely played with a girl called Ayu, but that's all I can remember. What kind of girl was she, and how we met? Those are things I'm unable to remember. Welcome back, Yuichi! Ayu kicks the snow and stretches her arms toward me. I can't help but step aside. Thud. There's a tree right behind me. And of course she hits it hard too. Are you okay, Ayu? She doesn't move at all. That might have been on me just now. No response. Maybe it didn't hurt at all. It hurts really, really bad. She quickly turns around and gives me an accusatory look, while rubbing her teary eyes. Oh, you moved, Yuichi, you moved! Sorry, it was just a reflex. Oh, goo, if your reflexes are that good, you should have used them to avoid me in the shopping district. Good point. But just then, thud. A sound like a large package falling echoes through the trees. Thud, thud. It becomes even clearer. Eek! I think I hear a girl's scream drowned out by the noise. Look in Ayu's direction. She's shaking, moving her head from side to side. Am I wrong about this? But Ayu reacts as if she heard the same things I did. I look around trying to figure out the source of the voice. A girl clad in white is sitting amidst the trees. Uh-oh. Well, I think we caused snow to fall on someone. Or rather, Ayu did. The girl doesn't move in the slightest as she stares down at the ground with various things scattered all around her. Not even brushing the snow off her head, she blinks her eyes as if she doesn't know what just happened. Are you okay? Her eyes alternate between looking at me standing in front of her in awe and at the pile of snacks, stationery, and magazines scattered on the snowy ground. She moves her mouth slightly, making a small sound as if she's exhaling air. It's a voice without actual words. Is something wrong? Ayu appears from behind me and hesitantly interjects. Her voice sounds less nervous due to her holding her nose. It looks like clumps of snow fell down. I look up at the branches above the girl and see no snow on them. The snow must have fallen because of the sounds of the earlier collision. You say that as if it's my fault. It is, isn't it? Because you moved out of the way. Yeah, but you attacked so suddenly. How dare you? That was not an attack. She lashes out at me, sulking. Hey, Zero. What happened to the DQ3 HD2DR stream last night? Cancelled. Because of, New Year's. That's where I was. Welcome to a new year, Zero. How you doing today? She seems to be back to her old self already. I did see a message in chat when I checked earlier. Didn't you remember what I said? I'd be busy last night. You silly. Another year off following you. Yep. Maybe you will this time. We'll have to see, huh? Here's hoping. If you didn't attack me, then what did you do? I was going for a touching reunion. You were? So, for you to step aside like you did... Ooh, goo, enough already. Her cheeks puffed out as she turned to the side. Probably the only one who's ever hit a tree during an emotional reunion scene, 7 years in the making. Well done, a world first. It's nothing to be happy about at all. Well, it depends on how you look at it. It does not. The girl had been staring blankly at the exchange between Ayu and me, sitting in the exact same position. She's not going to think very highly of you if you keep saying strange things like that. It's not my fault. Don't pout like that. You're not a child. Ooh, goo. By the way, ignoring Ayu's dissatisfied expression, I speak to the girl who's still sitting in the snow. She doesn't put her falling shawl back on and doesn't pick up her belongings. She just looks from Ayu and to me and back. She is a petite girl who impressively pale skin that even stands out against the snow. My first guess is that she's younger than I am. Are you okay? Although I speak to her, she doesn't respond. Rather than seeming scared, she simply seems to be confused about how to react. Can you at least stand? Oh, yeah. She nods slowly as if suddenly coming back to her senses, and yet she shows no signs that she's about to stand. Maybe she's still feeling guarded. I can't really speak on her behalf, but I'm not anybody you have to be worried about. I'm actually an upstanding citizen. Upstanding citizens don't eat and run. Eat and run? It's a rare occurrence. Rare? 2 days in a row is rare? Well, they say that's what happens twice, happens 3 times. You're just digging your own grave, Ayu. Is she in DQ? She could be. She could be in Dragon Quest. Maybe in the first game. She has an extremely confused expression on her face. Well, we can at least help you with your things. She crouches down next to the girl and reaches out to pick up the scattered shopping bags that appear to belong to the girl. Ah! A surprised voice causes Ayu to stop in her tracks. Something wrong? No, it's nothing really. She lets out a quick white breath as if she's just remembering something and brushes off the snow that had piled up on her head and shoulders. I can get them myself. Okay. She nods and stands up. You really shouldn't mess with other people's things like that. It's not like that. I was only trying to help. She looks down sadly. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. No, I know that. The girl stands up, picking her things up one by one and checking them as she does. She looks around to see if she's missing anything and puts her shawl back on. Oh, I'm stretching. Oh my goodness. Oh. After she brushes away the snow and she clutches her paper bags as if she's cold. I'm a bit cold. Her expression is one of sadness. I'm sure you are. It's only natural that she'd get cold after sitting in the snow so long. Oh, you missed your receipt. Ayu mutters as she points to the edge of the receipt that's more than half buried in the snow. Oh, sorry, can you get that for me? She turns to Ayu and asks her while holding a lot of bags. Here you go. She picks up the receipt that was buried in the snow and hands it to the girl. But it looks like you did quite a lot of shopping. I don't really get out much, so I tend to do my shopping all at once. Thank you, she adds as Ayu hands her the receipt to her. I see. It's not a problem if you're actually paying for it. You really paint me in a bad light, Yuichi. I'm just stating the facts. I'm actually a good girl. Good girls don't eat and run. Ooh, goo, I already told you I'll pay them back later. The girl in the shawl seems confused as to how to react to our conversation. Look, you've confused the poor girl, Ayu. It's because you've been saying so many strange things. Strange things that happen to be true. They're not true. Ayu suddenly stops herself. Where did that come from? I remembered something from long ago. Long ago? I inquire further into what's on Ayu's mind. I just remembered that you were always this kind of boy, Yuichi. I was? Yes, yes. Ayu nods happily. The girl holding the paper bag looks at her smiling face with a confused look on her face. Perhaps she's unable to gauge the relationship between me and Ayu. Anyway, don't worry about it. I'll just say I understand for now, even if I don't. It's fate, isn't it? Fate? At least that's what I think. I think you're just a bad penny. Hey, are you in the same year as us? I'm in first year. So that means she's only a year younger than me? From the size of her, I imagine she's sure to be much younger. That means you're 1 year below us. Oh wow, you're in the same year as me, Ayu? Yes. Because I really had no idea. I thought she was much, much younger. What is that supposed to mean? She simply smiles as she speaks, but the tone of her voice isn't happy at all. The sun will be setting soon. The girl in the shawl mutters. I look up to see the sun is already quite low. It'll set completely before long. I have to be getting home soon. The going gets tough after the sun sets. True. Yeah, you're right. The sky peeking through the gaps in the trees is slowly beginning to darken. Well, we should get going. Okay. You don't seem to be hurt at all. I think I'll be okay. Sorry about that. No, it's not a big deal. After exchanging a few words, Ayu and I bid farewell to the girl. We shake hands, turn our backs to her, and start walking. She calls out to us from behind. No, it's nothing. After a long pause of several seconds, the girl murmurs, looking down as she does. Well, we're really leaving then. Goodbye. Bye-bye. As I watched IU wave goodbye, I suddenly realized something important. Wait a minute. Yes? I stopped the girl to ask her something important. There's something I want to ask you. Okay. Which way is it to the shopping district from here? Huh? Oh, hold on a minute, guys. Hey, Seba. Welcome to the stream, how you doing? Oh, this music, guys. It's possibly my favorite in this, anime game. This music, in my opinion, is what winter is all about. This music is winter right here. Doing alright, long time no see. How have you been? It's been years. Probably not years, but what have you been up to these days? Happy New Year to ya! By the time IU and I part ways with the girl and arrive at a familiar place, the sun is already setting. Today was quite the adventure, huh? Whose fault is that? Illuminated by the setting sun, our shadows are stretched across the red snow. But I'm also really happy with the way things went today. Could be yours, honestly. It could be. But yeah, welcome to a brand new year with brand new games. And I hope your year goes good too. IU's appearance lit from behind has a somewhat mysterious atmosphere to it. Pushing through, how have I been? Awesome. Still streaming games, still having a good time with the people watching. I'm streaming this game here called Kanon, which is a visual novel on my favorite winter anime of all time. I had no idea it was really you, Yuichi. I was just as surprised as you were. IU in a red haze, memories suddenly came back to me. Let's meet again. AU smiles, the sunset illuminating her as she does. Sure thing. It's a promise then. Yeah. Let's pinky swear like we used to. Like we used to? Yeah. Pinky swear. Yeah! Pinky swear, right? Yeah. But we can't do it through gloves. Oh yeah, you're right. A promise. Okay, I pinky swear. Okay. The girl removes her glove and presents her hand. Our fingers overlap. It's warm and nostalgic. That day, back then, I pinky swear. The finger entanglement coupled with a lively voice is broken, exposing the warm fingertips to the cold winter winds yet again. What is it? You look troubled. It's nothing. Or so I thought. Look at my fingertip and slowly lower my hand. Then I'll definitely see you again. AU disappears into the haze of the shopping district. But I can't see her stretch her small body, jumping and waving her left hand. Her hand almost seems to melt into the red sunset. So, where and when should we meet? Don't worry about that. I hear her voice from a distance. Everything that happens twice will happen a third. After those words, she fades into the red sunlight. That's true. Watch as he disappears out of sight completely. I get the feeling she's always been like that. But my memories of our past are still blurred. Broken memories. Incomplete scenes. The memories of snow beyond them. I narrow my eyes to stave off the dazzling sunshine as I walk home alone. I'm back! The area is already dark when I get back. Welcome back, Yuichi! Here's to a great 2025. Did you just sub? I think you just subbed. I see the star next to your name now. The thing is appearing late. Thanks, Twitch. If you subbed just now, thank you, Seba. First sub of the year, guys. Woo! Welcome back, Yuichi. Yuki was already back and relaxing in the living room. Why is the notification not appearing? What the heck? But yeah, thank you if you did, Seba. Just Twitch being Twitch, I guess. Oh yeah. From messages not appearing in chat to late. like, things, late notifications. Oh, love it. Love it, right? But I appreciate you. Appreciate you to the max. Mom, Yuichi's back. Welcome home, Yuichi. Having heard Nayuki, Akiko appeared from the kitchen. You must be hungry, Yuichi. Yeah. With the taiyaki from Ayu still in my stomach, I am not actually that hungry at all. Can I check? I'm gonna check real quick. Maybe I can get the notification to appear. If you're watching this on YouTube, anyone in the future, sorry. Welcome back, Bonnie. Welcome back to ya. Stream manager. Filters. Alerts. Twitch alert controls. Wow, it's not showing anything right now. Subs. Yeah, it's not showing. That is weird. Well, you know you subbed Seba, so thank you for that. Welcome back though, Bonnie. You have returned. I made a lot of stew tonight, so feel free to eat your fill. My pleasure. Yuichi, you don't seem all that pleased. It's not like that at all. I'll eat a lot. Me too. Oh, you're lurking already. Thanks for lurking. Me too. Would you like some of mine? I can't eat that much. Can't eat that much? With the whole family together, we started having dinner. I'm full. I finished dinner and killed time in my room. However, I have almost nothing to do, so I read the magazine I brought to bed with me. Even though I pretty much read the whole thing on the train earlier, before I know it, it's almost midnight. I should probably get some sleep. It's Saturday tomorrow. I'll have half a day of classes. I throw the magazine on the floor and turn off the room's lights. Oh my gosh, guys, school on Saturday? Could you imagine? Today was tiring. I crawl into bed and close me eyes, surrounded by my new classmates at my new school, and innocent and lively. The girl who hasn't changed from back then. I think of her as I fall asleep. Ooh, sob. I hear someone crying. Mom, ooh. Someone's crying, and it's someone I know. Stop crying already. That's my voice. Ooh. The sobs of a girl. What happened? Ayu? Hey. Say something. Come on. Hey. Ayu. I'm not Ayu. Oh good, you can talk normally. She falls silent again. It's how she's been behaving ever since she stopped crying. When I asked her what she was crying about, she refuses to answer. She just looks up at me and stares. Am I the spitting image of your long-lost brother or something? I have to go. You'll be fine on your own, right? You seem calmer now. Bye, Ayu. Rumble. Oh, are you hungry? Her stomach growls in reply. You are hungry. Rumble. See, you should just be honest. She nods. The smallest of nods that you wouldn't notice if you weren't paying attention. Okay, wait here for me. I'll buy you something delicious. A nod. Anything in particular you like? Another nod. I'll buy it for you if it's available here. Really? It feels like I haven't heard her voice in a long time. As long as I can afford it with my pocket money. Taiyaki. Taiyaki? Okay, got it. I'll be right back. I'll wait for you. Good. I nod in satisfaction and leave. After buying 2 pieces of taiyaki from a food stall, I returned to find the girl still waiting for me. It's a bit of a relief because I honestly thought she might have left. Thanks for waiting. I said I would. Good girl. I pat her on the head. Don't! She steps away from my hand, looking embarrassed. Sorry, my bad. Let's eat these together. I hand the bag with the taiyaki to Ayu. It's warm. Taiyaki is the best eaten when it's freshly made. Plucking one taiyaki out from Ayu's hands, I chomp down on it. See, it tastes great. Ayu stares at me as I eat, then takes the other taiyaki out of the bag. And then she stares at it. You can taste something by staring at it. As my prompting, she puts the taiyaki into her little mouth. Munch, 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 munch. What do you think? The shop's taiyaki is great, right? It's salty. That's the taste of your tears. But it's delicious, right? Yes. There seems to be a small smile on her face. So why were you crying? I get the feeling she was already crying when she bumped into me, so I ask about it. Her expression darkens as she continues chewing on her taiyaki. Never mind, it doesn't matter. I won't ask if you don't feel like talking about it. We sit silently in the corner of the shopping district eating our taiyaki. That was tasty. Professional VA career when? Good question. Probably never. Unless a talent scout finds me. Am I doing good at reading this? I have no idea. All I have are you guys' judgments to me. And if you like it, then awesome. That was tasty. I crumble the paper bag into a ball and toss it into the garbage can. Ayu has already finished hers. I have to go now. See you soon, Ayu Ayu. Wait! She grabs my coat as I stand up. What's wrong? My name is not Ayu Ayu. I should hope not. Yeah. I gotta go. Okay. I can't go until you let go. I want that taiyaki again. You liked it that much, huh? Yes. Let's have it together again another day. Okay. I'll wait for you at the bench in front of the station at the same time tomorrow. You promise to be there? Yeah, I promise. Pinky swear. We don't have to do that. I'll definitely be there. Ooh, pinky swear. Pinky swear. Fine, I guess it wouldn't hurt. My voice sounds pretty solid. That's good. I'm glad I'm doing this justice. But thank you for the compliments. I put my pinky around the pinky she holds out to me. Her hand is so small and delicate. When we let go, Ayu starts running, like she's trying to disappear into the evening shopping district. She turns around and waves slightly. Bye-bye. Yeah, see you tomorrow. When I return to the entrance of the shopping district after seeing Ayu off... You liar! Nayuki is sulking in the mist in the middle of the street. I lied to her. January 9th, on Saturday. A dream. When did I start realizing that this is all a dream? A long time ago? A few minutes ago? The answer eludes me in the dream. I don't even know if time is moving here. I dream of the day when I'll be awake. I dream of the day when I wake up and I hopefully don't see weird memes like Skibbity Toilet or anything like that. A normal awakening. Not like that. It's morning, it's morning! It's time to eat breakfast and to go to school! It's morning! Ka-ching. I stretched my hand out and turned off the alarm at my bedside. I'm sleepy. This alarm clock seems to do more to make me sleepy than wake me up. It's cold. I escape into bed again to get away from the cold air in the room. After I do, I doze off again. The muffled bell sound echoes inside of my sleepy head. Almost completely unconscious, I extend my hand toward the alarm clock. I'm sure I already stopped it, but I think hazily as I press the switch. Ka-ching! It's morning! It's morning! Huh? I press it again. Brrr. The voice goes away, but the bell is still as present as ever. It's right next to my bed. I stare at the empty wall. I'm hearing the sound of the bell from the next room over. Yuki's room. Apparently I won't be sleeping in it anymore. By the time I get to the dining table, the room is already filled with the fragrance of coffee. Good morning. I sit in my seat while greeting Akiko from behind as she's busy preparing breakfast in the kitchen. A gentle steaming coffee cup and a neatly served bowl of salad. Good morning, Yuichi. Akiko emerges from the kitchen with a plate in her hand. On top of the white plate is a golden toast. Is Nayuki still asleep? She says with a tone of resignation. I tried calling out to her when I came down, but... Yawn! Just then Nayuki stumbles into the kitchen while fighting off yawns. Yawn, I'm so sleepy. She sways left and right in her chair, looking as if she's about to fall. Good morning. And with her morning greeting complete, her head hits the table hard. Zzz. Don't sleep. And just like that, she sleeps. She raises her face while rubbing her eyelids. Didn't you get enough sleep? I don't think that's the problem. What time did you go to bed? Around 8. That's a little early. It's perfectly normal. Not in my book. Anyway, let's eat up and get to school. Don't sleep! Okay. Anyway, hurry up and eat. While urging on Nayuki, I stuffed the toast Akiko brought me into my mouth. Colorful jars of jam also adorn the table, but I only apply butter and eat it like that. No jam for you, Yuichi? I'm not a big fan of sweet flavors. I'm going to use it. I can't get enough. Hey, Mafia! Happy New Year to ya, Mafia! What do you say to another year of awesome gaming, awesome streams and awesome whatever you're doing in life? But yeah, welcome to Kanon. This is the visual novel I was talking about. I hope you like it. I mean, you did miss 2 hours worth of it, but it's fine. I can catch you up if you want me to. Or you can go back to the VOD and watch it then. Up to you. But this visual novel is one of my favorite winter animes, or based on one of my favorite winter animes. Yeah, something like that. But it's good to see you today. She holds the jar of strawberry jam with both hands and smiles sleepily. There's no label on it. Because the other jars are the same, Akiko might be making the jams herself. The strawberry jam is so delicious. She still seems to be half asleep as she spreads the jam. Zzz. Don't sleep. With drowsy eyes, she brings the jam-covered toast to her mouth. She then bites the corner. Don't sleep while eating. But I'm sleepy. She does in fact look very sleepy as she takes another bite. I stayed up so late last night, now you're super tired. Oh no. I went to bed a little early last night. Officially, my Pokemon marathon started. I watched the first 6 episodes, so... Yay! 6 episodes down, 1,000 something more to go. Huzzah. Munch munch. Munch munch. Gulp gulp. Delicious! She seems to be in absolute bliss. I can eat 3 slices as long as they have strawberry jam on them. Don't scare me like that, just hurry up and eat. Are you already finished, Yuichi? I could eat a slice of toast in about 10 seconds. As I wash my breakfast down with coffee, I can see that Nayuki has hardly made any progress. Have you heard of this before, by the way, Mafia? The game Kanon, or the visual novel Kanon, or even the anime Kanon. Hurry up. Hurry up, Nayuki. Hold on. It's there. I'm still eating. Nope. Oh, then you're in for a good time then. A good time. You could eat on the way to school. I don't want to, but you know, it's like something out of a story. Nobody likes that. Nobody like that actually exists. Hurry it up then. Okay. Munch munch. Munch munch. This strawberry jam is so good. We're running out of time. And by the way, she's still not making any progress. I have to get going. Just be patient. I'll be done soon. No. You're the worst. All I need is a little more time. Wrap it up. Eat the rest when you get home. No, it'll be cold by then. Anyway, we don't have time to spare, so you need to wrap it up. You're terrible, she mutters as she stares at the toast she's eating. But I guess you're right. Okay then. She returns the toast to the plate and stands up. Let's get a move on, Yuichi. Where did that come from? I have to almost cry leaving behind my strawberry jam. I better at least make it on time. Well, I suppose so. My character's name is Yuichi, by the way, Mafia. And this is his cousin, Nayuki. So, there you go. There's 2 characters for you. I'm off to school! She runs to the front door. Yuichi, you're falling behind! I'll be there in a second. When I get to the door, Nayuki is already outside. I change my shoes and go after her. As soon as I go outside, the cold air blows past me. It's a midwinter level of cold again today. I'm hungry! Nayuki is holding her stomach miserably as she appears behind me. The time? It's 8:07. We can walk around and make it on time today. Yep. Should we run away? I can't run on an empty stomach. Well, whatever. We have plenty of time. Strawberry jam. Nayuki looks back and I urge her to follow as I begin walking to school. Get ready to see a lot of cute characters in this game, by the way. There's a lot of them. Yuichi! Are you used to the cold yet? I've only been here 3 days. There's no way I'd get used to it that quickly. But you used to live here. I've been away for too long, though. And besides that, I don't really remember my time here all that well. You'll have to tell me your favorite when you see them all. By the way, we have not seen them all in this playthrough yet, but we've seen a fair few. You'll remember if you walk. Really? If you walk through the same snow and the same streets, you'll remember the old days. Hey, Nayuki. Yeah? Does it really matter that I remember the past, I mean? My cousin looks deep in thought as she turns her gaze upward. If there's somebody who wants you to remember, Yuichi, I think you should. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. I don't even know, and I'm the one who said it. She smiles shyly and turns toward me. I might be talking strangely on account of being so hungry. Oh, I see. So you're putting the blame on me. Strawberry jam. If you want to take your time eating, you should wake up earlier. I'm doing my best, she mutters while walking. Maybe I should add more alarm clocks. Please don't. Why not? I don't think having more will change anything. The snow piled up on the roofs is blown around by the north wind. A white cityscape that I rushed past yesterday. I admire the scenery anew as I walk alongside Nayuki. I probably should get more alarm clocks after all. A look on her face as she's thinking so seriously makes me smile. Eventually, a corner of the school building comes into view. I asked this before, Mafia, but imagine if this was your school. Would you like being in a school this massive? Look how high it goes, and there's even a little more over here. The buildings here. Okay, buildings here. Fantastic, we're going to make it on time. I'd be pretty upset if we ended up late after everything. No, no big school. Okay, fine. She smiles cheerfully and looks up at my face. You said it. I nod and walk into the second building. True to my words, it appears that we will be on time after all. The wide hallway is full of students wearing the same uniforms as us. Naturally, I don't know many of the students, but there are some faces I vaguely remember. They're probably classmates of mine. Good morning! Oh, good morning, Minase. That dispels any doubt I had about that. Good morning to you too, Aizawa. They recognize me and greet me in turn. Oh, it's so sudden that I have no idea how to respond. No, Yuichi, you have to greet them properly. You have a broken mod in your Sims? Oh no. What's the broken mod? Remove it, quickly. Nayuki is really one to talk. Several students watch this exchange with smiles on their faces. All of them have familiar faces. I feel like people are looking at me with some strange preconceptions because of you. UI cheats. You're cheating, Stars? What? Oh my god. But I didn't do anything. Right. Oh, good morning. Good morning, you two. I don't know how long she's been here, but Kaori appears, giving Nayuki a hug as she does. Shouldn't upset Nayuki like that. Yes. It's all thanks to her that you're able to fit in, so you should be a little more grateful. Yes. Well, Kaori may have a point there. In fact, it's thanks to Nayuki and Kaori I seem to be adapting to the class at an unprecedented speed for a transfer student. I don't really mind being alone if I can't fit in though. But being alone is so lonely. Yes, yes. Kaori nods seriously as Nayuki whispers sadly. It's really none of their business. Oh, Ishibashi is here already. Kaori points to the other end of the hall. Ishibashi? Who's that? You should really try to remember your homeroom teacher's name. Rush into the classroom as do the other students. If you went to this school, everyone in chat, and you're a girl, this would be your school uniform. Would you like or not like? And as for the guys, you would wear this. Blue. Blue and red, very, very different school uniforms. We go to our desks as the other students rush to their seats. At times like this, the window group is at a disadvantage. Take your seats, everyone. You would hate that. Yeah, especially in the winter. It would stink. The teacher opens the door and the morning homeroom begins. We made it in time! Yuki smiles at me from the next seat over. I wonder if this guy will make an appearance in this game. I hope so. We sure did. We made it on time today, but I feel like we'll definitely be late eventually. The thought of that fills me with anxiety over the course of the homeroom. Classes will apparently be held normally from today. Yuck. The one relief is that it'll end in the morning because it's a Saturday. Oh yeah, Mafia. School on a Saturday. Wouldn't that be awesome? Yuichi! We have regular classes today. Japanese students say that it actually makes it nicer because they don't have to worry about. They do have longer skirts for the winter, but you're sure they get cold. Yeah. So the Japanese students like these kinds of things, huh? Pretty interesting how different schools are in different countries. You can share mine. I think I'll pass on that. Imagining sitting closely next to each other and sharing textbooks makes me want to avoid the situation at all costs. Hey, Nebo, what's up? This is Kanon, a visual novel based on my favorite wintry anime ever, by the same name. How you doing? It's good to see ya. Excuse me. Stretch. Oh my goodness. Situation. But how can you study without one? There he is. If it's a textbooks you need, you can look at mine. A male student who seemed to be listening to us joins the conversation. Who are you? I greeted you yesterday. You did? I don't remember that. The name's Kitagawa. Ah, now that I think about it, Nayuki did say something about him. Going to sleep soon, you're tired? Oh no. I hope you have a good year, Nebo. We all have a good year. I hope you're ready for more streams than ever before, or the same amount of streams, but with more epic games. You said you'd remember. Forgetting a face in 12 hours is a talent of mine. That's an annoying talent. You can say that again. Well, whatever. Are you gonna share my textbook or not? While he looks a little taken aback by it, he doesn't really seem to care. I can definitely tell he's a good guy. I'd be grateful, but are you really okay with that? Happy New Year. Happy New Year! Sure, no problem. I'm in the seat right behind you anyway. You are? How did you not notice the seat behind you? Because I try not to look behind me. That's kind of weird. Sorry. But normally, when you think of a transfer student, it's a beautiful girl that comes to mind. Sorry. Well, whatever. At least you being a weirdo will make class a little less dull. I want to say something back to him, but the bell rings before I can. Oh, the teacher's already here. As if receiving a signal from Kaori's voice, the students who had been standing and talking begin to move. Anyway, talk to you soon. Yeah. The boring classes continue. I'm always bored in class, but now I'm bored without any idea about what's going on. Oh no. Story of Mafia's life right now, when it comes to school. Bored, right? It seems like each school has a different way of conducting classes, and I feel like I'm the only one left behind. I'm sleepy. However, I can't go to sleep so soon after transferring, so I twirl the mechanical pencil in my fingers and wait for the time to pass. I'm sleepy. Couldn't put it better myself, right? And then when the second half of the second period approached, there's someone there. Kitagawa, who is sitting behind me, pokes me in the back with the end of a mechanical pencil and speaks to me in a whisper. Of course there is, we're in school. Oh, that's not what I meant. Huh? I see Nayuki next to me. Zzz. She's fast asleep. I seriously wonder if she spends 2/3 of her day sleeping. It's kinda strange. Kitagawa continues poking me with the pencil as she speaks. What is? Thinking that it's probably not in my best interest to ignore him, I turn around and urge him to continue. There's someone outside, but the situation seems kinda strange. He points down through the window. I follow suit by looking at where he's pointing. The other side of the window. What I see is the back of the school building, a sad place covered in fresh snow. I can see no trace of anyone having been there. The only exception is one set of small footprints. At the end of the footprints, there is a girl standing alone. She's lumbering toward the school, like a zombie. And then this turns into a zombie game. Her hands are on her chest, and she's staring intently at the snow, barely moving. Hey, Kenny Lee! Welcome to the channel too. Welcome to the chat room. How you doing? Happy New Year's to you as well. Looks as if she's waiting for something. That girl has been there for a while now. Well, it's hard to tell from here. She doesn't appear to be in uniform. Is she not a student here? Is she waiting for someone? Is she looking for something? Either way, since there's no way to open the window and talk to her, it's all pointless speculation. She'll probably be gone before long. You messed up the New Year's 2026 for it. Oh. Well, you just got plenty of days to not mess up the New Year's. It's 2025, remember, not 26. That'll be a year from now. God, what will I be playing a year from now? Oh my gosh. Even though the sun is out, I doubt she can stay out for hours in this cold. You're probably right. Seemingly satisfied, he turns his gaze away from the window. And not wanting to be the only one looking back there, I do the same as well. Nayuki looks like she's having a pleasant dream. Eventually the sound of the chime echoes through the quiet classroom, and the second period of classes comes to an end. Yuichi! Are you awake? Was I sleeping? He was sleeping soundly. Oh no, I fell asleep again. So, do you have anything going on? I don't have a club activity today, so I thought I'd go home with you. Okay. Not really having a reason to refuse, I simply nod my head in response. Promise me then. Okay, I promise. The chime sounds as I nod. We take our seats looking sideways at the classmates who are still running around. Eventually the fourth period of classes begins. Because it's Saturday, this will be the last class of the day. Hey Lily. Lily's here too. How you doing today, Lily? So Mafia, be honest. School on Saturdays. Yay or nay? While half of my mind is listening indifferently to the lecture, the other half is thinking about something completely different. You're here. You made it. Welcome to the new year. You did it. The window. And what's below it? The girl is still standing in the snow in the same spot as before. No thanks. Yeah, that's a good answer. No, thank you. Has it been 2 hours already? She's been standing there this whole time. This is evidenced by the neat row of footprints on the snow. Hey, Aizawa. Kitagawa leans forward to talk to me. That girl's still here. Yeah, she is. I wonder if she's okay. He sounds worried as he whispers. Even though we are looking down from a distance, she appears to be a little girl. Her skin is as white as snow. Maybe she's waiting for someone. Maybe it's Snow White. What's she doing here? That's a terrible place to wait for someone. Hashtag 2025, yeah. We made it to this year, guys. Well, maybe she doesn't know the class of the person she's waiting for. What kind of reason is that? Just a thought is all. As we watch her, we can see that it's getting a little cloudy outside. I somehow feel relieved to know that the girl is breathing. Suddenly, the chimer rings, indicating the end of today's classes. A girl looks up at the sky as if impatiently waiting for that sound. I've seen that face before. It's the girl we met in the snow and parted ways with. I just remembered some urgent business I have to attend to. I get up from my desk and start running. Hey, we still have homeroom. I'll be back soon. I enter the hallway, ignoring whatever Kidegawa is shouting about. I make my way through the empty hallway as I fly down the stairs. The scenery outside the window is looking white and desolate. As I run down the hallway, I look for the iron door I saw yesterday. Outside of it is probably the back of the school building. When I push open the door that is different from the entrance, cold air blows in from outside. Open the cold, heavy door and jump outside. It's flippin' cold. Immediately the cold air, which is incomparable to the outside of the school, pierces my exposed skin. It's cold. I freeze to death. Game over. I look around, squinting against the bright sunlight. The building where the second-year classes are located is over there. The school grounds are unnecessarily large. And of course I've never even been to the courtyard. Heck, I had no idea that there even was a courtyard outside of the window. And yet, I look around and start walking in that direction. What on earth am I even doing? I ask myself that while letting out a white sigh, followed by another deep breath. As I walk through the snow, I am reminded that it was still warm yesterday. Eventually, the scenery behind the school building fills my vision. Here it is. It's nothing but white. The snow that remains on the ground proves that there's little foot traffic in this area. In a spot that quietly exists in that space, stands a girl in the middle of a carpet of snow. Hello! And just like she did yesterday, she had snow on her head again. Ah! The petite girl with skin as white as snow. Wearing a shawl to protect her small body, she smiles gently and makes a small noise. There's no doubt in my mind that she's the same girl Ayu and I met yesterday. What are you doing here? I saw that there was someone other than a student here and came to check it out. Is that so? Well, thank you for coming. Soon as she bows, the snow that had piled up on her clothes and head falls down. Must have been snowing a little. The snow beneath her feet is hardly disturbed, as if she's been standing in the same spot for a long time. But you're wrong about one thing. After brushing away the accumulated snow with her hands, the girl puts her finger in her mouth. And what is that? The part about me not being a student. She smiles gracefully as she continues speaking. It's a smile that I didn't see yesterday. A fleeting smile that's more than just cute. I mean, I am a student at this school, you know. Then why are you standing out here in plain clothes during class? I was absent from school today. Does that mean you're skipping? I'm not skipping. The girl answers my question with a smile. That smile is a stark contrast to my first impressions of the girl. Then what is it then? I haven't been feeling well lately, so I have been off from school for a long time. She looks down sadly as she speaks. I've never been terribly strong, so I've been feeling particularly bad lately. Now that she mentions it, I can see a hint of pain in her expressions. You're never gonna live that down. What? What are you gonna live? What are you not gonna live? That down. Maybe that's the reason for the fleeting feeling I got from her before. I don't know if it's okay for me to ask this, but... What is it? What kind of illness do you have? Suddenly, the girl's face darkens. It's not a serious illness. She speaks slowly in a quiet voice, her eyes downcast. The truth is, I caught a cold. A cold? Yes, a cold. Then go home. What's wrong? Why the long face? I was just anticipating a more difficult illness name. That was pretty much the gist of it. Sorry if I've disappointed you in some way. She lowers her voice, looking genuinely worried. Sorry. I can call it an acute upper respiratory tract infection if that's more to your liking. It's definitely a more difficult, but basically means a cold. Well, if it's not that big of a deal, then all for the best. I did mention that I've been absent from school a lot because of it. I came here in secret to meet someone. Why in secret? Why not just come normally? Well, there has been no improvement in my illness, so I'll be scolded if I'm caught going out. Well, I suppose your family would at least be worried. Yes, hence the secrecy. She puts her finger to her mouth and lowers her voice to insinuate that this is just between us. Who'd you come here to meet? How long have you been here? Well, she's been here for hours. Who did you come here to meet? So, who are you here to meet? I can't think of a single person who you'd have to wait for in a place like this. That's a secret. She puts her finger to her mouth and smiles a little. Saying it's a secret just makes me want to know even more. I'm not surprised. Can you at least give me a hint? A hint? She frowns a bit and mutters, the truth is that I don't know this person at all that well. Huh? I don't know their name or what class they're in. Have you never met them before? Of course I have. I'm not really sure what the girl is getting at, but it does definitely seem to be a secret. Well, I probably wouldn't know the person by name anyway. But colds can really be tough. I'm not one to catch colds that often, but I think this season is really tough for those who are physically weak. But I think it's cool for a girl to get to take a long hiatus. It's like something you see in a drama. Don't say that yourself. I'm joking, of course. She smiles happily. She doesn't look like she's sick at all. You say you've been absent for a long time, but didn't the winter break only just end? Nobody would consider yesterday and today to be a long time. That's true. It did. She smiles and nods. She's acting differently from the somewhat frightened atmosphere she had when we first met. And even today, her cheerful behavior is different from the sad expression she had when looking up at the school building in the snow. This girl is a mystery, to be sure. And talking to her only intensifies her mysterious aura. Now that I think about it, we haven't introduced ourselves. I'm Yuichi Aizawa. I just transferred here this week and I am a second-year student. I'm Shiori Misaka. I'm almost never here, but I'm a first-year student. She swiftly bows. Shiori Misaka? Something about that name suddenly makes me feel uncomfortable. Misaka? What is it? You look troubled. It's nothing really. Maybe you think it's a strange name? She whispers sadly. No, it's not that. It's just that I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. Yuichi. She suddenly says my name. It's so sudden that it takes me to a moment to realize it was all aimed at me. What? I'm going to go home. But weren't you here to meet someone? I'm already good for today. It really wasn't all that important anyway. I see. Sorry to have inconvenienced you. No, I came here on my own. Okay. I'll be on my way then. She turns around and walks down the snowy path. Yes? She turns back curiously at the sound of my voice. Never mind. I don't understand, but understood. Even I don't know what I intended to say just now. Might have just wanted to stop her from going. You can call me Shiori. Right on. And you can call me Big Bro. I hate it when people say stuff like that. I was only joking, you know. I know. She smiles, bows, and walks out into the snow. Until next time, then. She bows again as she passes me. Get well soon. I will. I watch her from behind until she's out of sight. What did she actually come here for? She's ultimately more strange than mysterious. I should probably get going, too. I return directly to the entrance, following the footsteps she left by the girl. When did she slip in the snow? It was a previous day. A previous part of the visual novel when she slipped. From the school gate, the hustle and bustle of students leaving the school is carried into the courtyard by the clear winter air. What do you think of that girl, guys? Strange, huh? Waiting for someone for a long time and then just going home. The number of people at the entrance has already thinned out. I must have spent more time talking to Shiori than I thought. Oh, it's you, Aizawa. Kaori is changing her shoes as if she's just about to leave. Are you heading home? Some nerve you have asking me that. Is something wrong? Nayuki is still waiting for you in the classroom. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Now that she mentions it, I think I did promise to go home with Nayuki. I knew it. She sighs as if totally fed up with me. Nayuki was really mad. I'm sure she was. And Ishibashi was mad at you too. I'll just say I had a stomach ache and had to go to the toilet. Aizawa, you left so suddenly. Where did you go? I just went to the courtyard for a bit. The courtyard? I wanted to see the snow. The snow? Well then, I'm off to get a good scolding from Nayuki. She deserves an apology. And probably a gift of some kind. That's a small price to pay for forgiveness. Yeah. Since I live in the same house as Nayuki, or it's possible that my food might be contaminated with poison or expired food. Good luck! Corey sees me off as I make my way to the classroom. Liar! As expected, I find Nayuki sulking alone in the classroom. That was so awful of you, Yuichi. Nayuki is still sulking as we walk down the road from school. The circumstances were complicated, to say the least. You kept me waiting for such a long time. You could have gone home first, but we promised. That Yuichi I know never breaks his promises, even if he delivers on them a little late. I know, I'm really sorry. I apologize because everything she said is true. To make up for it, I'll treat you to something in the shopping district. Really? It won't be anything expensive, mind you. No sushi. You just missed these songs. Do you know this game, Kenny Lee? Did you watch the anime? Did with the anime or did with the game before? Okay. So what would you like? I'm not sure. There are so many options. I can only smile wryly as Nayuki seriously considers what to get. In the end, the sun is already setting when we return home, after eating strawberry sundaes at a cafe in the shopping district. The game. You should see the anime, Kenny Lee. It's really good. I watch it every single winter. Which means I'll be watching it soon. Possibly when this visual novel's done. We're home. I'm going to go change. Nayuki runs up the stairs. Oh, it's you, Yuichi. Welcome home. In the entrance, Akiko brings her shoes over just as I'm taking mine off. Good evening. Are you heading out? Yes, I just looked in the fridge and realized I'm running short on ingredients for side dishes. Apologies if dinner ends up being a little bit later than usual. You prefer the game, tastes better. You eat the game? Kenny Lee. Can I go shopping for you? Or I can go shopping for you. You really don't have to. You just got back and are probably tired. I'm not tired at all. I'll run there and be back before you know it. In the meantime, you can start preparing dinner. Are you sure? Well, I suppose I'll take you up on that. Yeah, no worry about it. Okay then, I'll give you my wallet. Receive her wallet from her. What am I buying? Whatever you'd like to eat is fine. A predictable response. A characteristic of Akiko's personality is that she leaves everything to the autonomy of others. Not out of respect, but out of nonchalance. Got it. I turn my back on the Minase family hallway again. There's no need to rush, so take care of yourself out there. Sure thing. I leave the house. And I come to a screeching halt at the gate. Maybe it's my imagination, but I swear I saw something moving around the corner. Looked as if it had seen me and then disappeared in a panic, what makes me all the more curious. But sticking around here any longer will quickly sap the heat from my body. I decide to let it go for now and keep walking. Then I go to the shopping district thinking about what to buy. I wonder if it's really okay for me to just buy the things I want. The last thing I want is for the two of them to see me in a negative light. I don't think it'd go over well if I showed up at the house with nothing but pig's feet. Ever since I entered the shopping district, I've been feeling like someone is following me. Maybe Nayuki decided to come after me? Or maybe it's one of the few classmates I recently met. Even if we're not close, I feel acquainted with them for some reason. And then there's that figure I thought I saw earlier. When I look back, I don't find anyone, as the shopping district is busy right before dinner. Walk through the automatic door of the supermarket, unsure of what to do. And when I emerge from the supermarket with a few things, a person is standing right in front of me. They probably have been waiting for me here. Their entire body is covered with a cloth that looks like a worn-out blanket, and their face isn't visible. Who are you? You've been following me this whole time, haven't you? I finally found you! The voice is surprisingly that of a little girl. Another little girl. Gosh darn it. There's an unusual aura to her. She casts off the cloth she's been wearing. Whoa! Your days are numbered! I expected to find a familiar face underneath, but instead, it's one that's completely unfamiliar to me. I don't remember ever having any problems with the likes of you. I do, though. At any rate, this doesn't seem like a situation that can be resolved peacefully. and there's a seriousness in her eyes that tells me that she means every word. Prepare yourself! The girl clenches her fists behind her and she closes the gap between us. Dodge? Don't dodge. You know what? I'm gonna take it as a man. I'm gonna not dodge. I close my eyes as her first fist slams into my jaw. Pow! Huh? Did she really just hit me? Suppose so, as I felt something touch my jaw. You little! Pow, pow, pow! She kicks me with her feet and hits me with her hands, but they're both so weak that I don't need to dodge. Ha, ha, ha! And you died. Yeah, I'm dead. Game over, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a good time. What on earth are you doing? Contrary to her threatening words and actions, the girl is not used to fighting. Ow! She even stomps her feet on the ground like a child. I bet if I hold you by your head, you wouldn't even be able to reach me. I try pressing down on the girl's forehead with my palm. Bam, bam, bam! The punches just cut through the air and don't actually reach me at all. Ow! I thought you said my days were numbered. I'm just hungry is all. That's the only reason I can't take you. What a shame. This was your one chance. I showed her a little leeway and opened my hands. Oh! Although her legs are wobbling unsteadily, she raises her arms and moves right in front of me. Pow! Her forehead hits my chest and slowly slides down it. Hey! I pick her up and she seems asleep, as if she's lost consciousness. Is she really that tired or just hungry to the point of passing out? When I calm down and look around, I realize that we've attracted all the attention of passerby. The looks in their eyes are extremely critical, and it feels like everyone's blaming me for the incident. This is literally mafia. What, this girl? Maybe if she meets me, but I don't know if she's like that to other people. Maybe she is, I don't know. Anyway, that's another person that we'll meet eventually down the road. I mean, that we'll see a lot of. Of course, in a situation where I'm holding an unconscious girl, who could possibly think of me as the victim? If I run away and leave this child behind, I'll probably end up in trouble with the police. Why are you sleepy? I put the girl on my back and quickly descend to leave, pleading with my case to the onlookers with a smile. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna pause it here for today. What do you think so far, guys? Do you like it? You all hate it, don't you? You think it's terrible. No. Well, back to Among Us every day, I guess. No, I'm joking. Let's see the title stuff real quick. Kanon! But yeah, what do you guys think so far? Do you like it? Kenny Lee should call the police. The Popo. Let's see the gallery. I guess these are the girls that we'll be meeting down the road. We got Ayu here. We got whoever this is. We got whoever this is. We got Shiori. And we got Ayuki. Do you like it, Mafia? Are you a fan of it so far? This game is good, you promise? Oh, I know. I know all about this game. So many good musics, guys. Yeah, it's great. You're gonna love it. Trust me on this one. But I'm gonna call it here, everyone. I'll be back tonight with yet another different new game. Hear the music. You hear treasures. Treasure music. Including musics that are just winter in music form. But yep, Fire Emblem 3 Houses will be tonight. The grand return after gosh knows how many years. So look forward to it. Let's make this new year amazing, guys. What do you say? Yes? Yeah? I say yeah. But yep, take care. See you all later. Be awesome. And I'll see you tonight. Bye-bye!